hilarious. I may have to watch it. I need to see what. She's not funny at all. But.
No, watch the first one first.
Okay. You said don't do it. Welcome to the Owners Box. We're episode 123. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. B Price in the building.
Price.
Yeah.
I am Seuss the Connect.
Seuss.
Scott Free is off.
Scott Free.
And we have a guest with us today.
Scott Free done missed more games than goddamn
Ben Simmons. He ain't heard of nothing.
He got bacchiotomy. Get well soon, Scott Free. Bacchiotomy.
And we have a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Peace. This is DJ Rasta Root. Thank you for having me.
It's been a long time coming.
And notice he said DJ Rasta Root.
Yes.
No S.
No S.
Kroger. No S.
MJQ.
No S. I can't lie. I say them both.
Me too.
Roots or root. I say both.
I was about to say you used to have it wasn't you though. That wasn't him DJing in the underground. That was your other man, Majestic.
DJ Majestic?
That was Majestic in the underground. Yeah. I'm trying to remember where I first met you at, but I know it was with Asha.
Yeah.
You know what? I was trying to remember that myself, and I cannot remember.
Us, we go.
I can't remember.
We go wait. I mean,
At this point, it's like niggas been around the whole time.
Right.
So I don't even remember.
Yep. The origin story is very blurry. You know what I mean?
So Rasta Root, tell the people, give a little short before we start getting into the meat of this pause.
No Diddy.
No, we don't do that over here. There'd be no Diddy slander over here.
Oh, right.
Even my man gonna come out of this. Nah. Give him a short background on yourself.
For sure. My real name is Dion Liverpool. I'm originally from Fort St. John, British Columbia, way north on the Alaska Highway in Canada. And with my dad's job, we moved all around the world and ended up in the States, but I've lived in a total of 9 countries. So that's the short and sweet of it.
Okay. When did you start DJing?
I started DJing second semester freshman year, and that would have been 1990.
So you was doing little parties in college?
I mean, when I started just learning, it was in 1990, but as time went on, on the campus, there was a non-alcoholic club. Mm-hmm. And so it was all like virgin drinks, daiquiris and stuff. And I just started DJing there. And my friends, my roommates were DJs at the time. And then I learned from them. And then kind of just it took on a life and a form of its own. And I just haven't stopped since.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you know that you was the shit?
Yeah, I think when I moved to Japan after college, probably a few months into being there, I started DJing at a club not too far, a different city, but not far from my house. And it was close to a military base, but they also had like Japanese nationals. And to be able to DJ for both crowds was challenging at first, but after a few months, I figured it out.
Okay.
So I learned to really read crowds in Japan. And I think as I started to build my name, I realized I was good at party rocking and being technical, but also just kind of overall, just the fundamentals of DJing. On vinyl at the time, of course, I had it down, and it was kind of like second nature to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was the transition to digital?
For me, the transition to digital, after vinyl came like CDJs, and I didn't really like that technology, so I never pivoted to that. To me, if Serato didn't come out, I probably would have quit back then because I just didn't like the way it felt. But luckily, they started doing the vinyl emulation software with back then it was called Scratch Live. And then luckily, I got down with Rain and Scratch Live at the time, and they kind of like ushered me and it helped support me from a technical standpoint. And then I kind of just got good at it there too and realized that I could apply my vinyl skills to the Serato world and still feel like I was really DJing.
The first person I saw get nice with the Serato, because I was wondering how they was going to do it too, was LS1.
Okay.
He was, and I seen him scratching with this. I was like, how is he doing that with the with a disc?
Yeah. It's just to wrap your mind around what's going on in the technology. Once you get past that, because it is daunting that you're realizing you're just playing a digital file and the vinyl is just telling it 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. That's all that's happening, and you're hearing the sound. It's very close to what you would hear on vinyl. And so once you get past that and you kind of get into it, it can be really fun.
Okay.
You know?
You ever go to the clubs and listen to other DJs and be like, "Y'all fucking up"?
Oh, I mean, my whole career. That's the toughest part is I can never go out and just truly
enjoy it.
Never. It's either that was dope or damn, he sucks, or why'd he do that or why'd she do that, and then I can't relax.
Do you go up and be like, "Yo, he's ruining it"?
No.
You go up there-
I just take mental notes of what not to do and what to do. You know, sometimes you do. A lot of times you see a lot of dope stuff happening, and you can kind of incorporate it into. Oh, that was really cool that they did that. How they think of that, and then you can kind of figure out how it would work in your set.
Get your Prince on. He said he was in the studio next to, and Havoc from Mobb Deep was in the studio next to his making beats.
Yeah.
And he got tired of hearing that nigga. So he just got in. He just walked into his session, sat down, fixed it right then and left. Didn't say hi, didn't talk to him, didn't say shit, and just walked out.
Wow.
So I would have a DJ come and be like, "Nah, man, come on."
Nah, I think there's an etiquette that goes along with it, and DJs have.
You gotta die after that. You gotta die. Y'all gonna fight if you just
Oh
went up there.
yeah. There's definitely not.
Like,
I
"Yo,
would
you
never do that.
You fucking that mix up.
Yeah, even if I'm asked to like jump on just randomly, I probably wouldn't, just because it's an etiquette. You know, we're all gentlemen at the end of the day, and so like I wouldn't do that. But also I wouldn't overjudge. But it lets me know where I am in things. Am I getting better? Am I plateauing? Do I need to like sharpen? Do I need to practice more? You know.
Did you watch other DJs like Rock Raider and?
There was a point definitely in the DMC VHS tapes back then when I was living in Japan. I would get them sent to me, or they'd have like the Japanese version of it as a qualifier. And for sure, I mean, very high level DJing, and definitely for sure was a big part of who I was. But I also wanted to make sure when I was DJing that the crowd wasn't even looking at me.
Right.
If you're doing things, a lot of times if it's too technical, they're not dancing. Yeah,
right,
they're just watching, which can be flattering if that's the type of DJ you are. But I want people to just hear the music. Don't worry what I look like, what I'm doing. Just hear the mixes. You know.
I got a couple video from back in the day that I was editing for Lake Show. They was on the road with Drama, and I think it was in Carolina or something. And Drama was DJing, and everybody was just standing up at the front of the stage just watching. They was just watching. He was just DJing and talking. You know, he talk shit like Drama do, but and they were just standing there watching him. That shit was weird to me.
Yeah. A lot of times they just get caught up. It could also be the mystique of, wow, this is the person who I've heard on these Gangsta Grill tapes for years, and he's right in front of me. You know, could be that too.
So when you went to Serato, you embraced that and all, but being the entrepreneur that you are, you started Smoking Shells. How is that still going? How's that going?
It is. It definitely has gone through its ups and downs, and definitely with the advent of technology and how it's changed. At some point, there was like a 5-6 year period where everybody was on controllers or super digital or phase. So we went through our growing pains, but I realized luckily vinyl has made a resurgence, the sales in the last few years. So there are a lot of people that are buying vinyl. Even the most current, most commercial artists are putting out vinyl because it's also a viable source of income beyond what they get with their streams. So luckily with that, there are still a lot of DJs that are interested in buying the shells, which luckily for me, you know, if you have something like vinyl and an ancillary product like my Smoking Shells, they go hand in hand and it's just perfect. So it's got to ride the storm, you know?
Have you thought about, well, Smoking Shells, Seuss is the...
Yes, about that. That was the question about the after. So the Smoking Shell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So on a turntable, you have the arm of the turntable. And on the arm, you have something called a head shell, which is the electronic attachment between the needle and the turntable. And then on the head shell goes the cartridge, which holds the needle. So it's like a chain.
Where they used to put a penny on top of that.
Exactly. They put the penny on the head shell.
Right.
That's the head shell. Exactly. So what we did was, and we stumbled upon it actually, literally stumbled upon it, is I wanted to paint my head shells. Most of the time they're just black. So I sanded them down. I painted it like this with this crappy blue paint. It peeled, but it looked kind of cool. And then I said, what about if I chrome them? But chrome is a coat over it. It would change the weight and it might cut into the vinyl.
Right.
So I took it to a polish shop that did like bumpers on classic cars. And I said, hey, can you chrome this? He's like, we can't chrome it, but I can polish it. Let me show you. And he took one back and came back, and it was just like that eureka moment. Like, you remember in Pulp Fiction when he opened the case and it was like,
it was glowing? Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. And I was like, wow. And then DJs around town, Clever, Lord, they started seeing them and like, yo, when can I get my pair? And then from there, we're like, well, what can we do that's special? I had a Red Bull approach me about doing some shells. They said, can you customize them? Now that's a whole nother brain thought of lasering or how do you do it? And I figured it out. And that became what made it a niche product, because now you have the polished shells and you can put your logo laser engraved on there. And now no one's going to steal your head shells because it's going to have a double R or Rasta Root or Lord's logo on there.
Gotcha.
So there's that, but also, DJs have their own egos. So to see their own name and branding, it's been attractive. So we've literally been able to corner the market on custom laser engraved head shells.
With the, like you said, with the resurgence of vinyl, is a lot consumer based. Have you thought of creating the product for the consumer through Smoke and Shell?
Definitely have thought about it, have not necessarily figured it out, but I do know a lot of the people that are buying vinyl aren't necessarily DJs. They might be audiophiles or vinyl collectors that have one turntable and they just played at home. So have been trying to figure out how to tackle that market so the audiophile see the value in it. Maybe not their logo, but just the finish of it, because we do like a 24 karat gold-plated version of it too, which is a little more of a higher price point, but very like cool and clean, and people that might have those Macintosh amps and speakers might be attracted to that. So it's just figuring out that part of the market, but it takes time.
Maybe like a record player or something.
Yep, for sure.
Because back in the day, we had me and my sister had a Bee Gees record player.
Right, so custom branded BGs. Yep, for sure.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump on all that first. Let's go, because again, the entrepreneur that you are, you still doing this drone shit?
Not as much. I still know how to fly. I still fly from time to time. When I got into the drone game, it was early on, where it was, it was a DJI Phantom 1 or 2 with an actual GoPro on a gimbal. So there were a lot of like moving parts on it, as well as the expense of it. So one of the things I learned from the drone industry is they say if you haven't crashed your drone, you're not flying enough. Because as you fly more, you try different shots that are more difficult and more technical, and then with that, you're gonna crash them. But after a while, because I hadn't figured out the business aspect of it, of generating income, I was crashing a lot, flying really well, great footage, but wasn't generating the business I needed. So my drone was in the shop constantly, you know what I mean? But I got really good at flying, But now the way the technology is, I do have a drone now, a mini right now, and it's way easier. It's all in one. You plug and play with your phone. Back when I was doing it early on, it was a tripod. It was a display. It was a radio connection from the display to the drone with the GoPro, and it was a lot of expenses to start up.
Folks out here stealing drones.
Really?
They
Out the sky?
Get in your frequency.
That's crazy.
And they can just take it.
So how is it, a frequency scanner?
I don't know.
I say, like, how you do that?
I don't know, because my homeboy, he does drone work, and he was telling me about it, and I was like, I didn't even know that was possible. But he stays over by the airport, not in Dorville. Where's the airport?
Not Charlie Brown.
The one over there by Ma. But he stays over that way.
Chambly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he flies too close to the airport, you can't do that.
They scramble it.
They send it back.
They send it back to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they send that shit back.
Wow. So the airport has a radio frequency that will fly it home.
I guess. I don't know. All this is above my head. I actually looked at a drone today because I get these deals sent to me, and they sent me a deal, and it was like it was free. So I went on to get it because it was free. But it wasn't free at the time I went on. It was like $50. And I was like, dude, am I really going to use it?
Right. What brand was it?
I don't know. It was something generic.
Got it.
And that was the only reason I was going to get it, because it was free. And then I could try. It'll be a beginning. Right. I'll try and see if I really fuck with it or not.
Got it.
Nah.
So your time How long were you in Canada?
I was probably there for 4 years when I was born, 3 or 4 years, and then I went back for a year in my 11th grade of high school because my parents moved to France. And I was on track to go to college in the States, and where they were moving in France, they didn't have an American or international school. So they sent me to live with my aunt in Canada for a year.
That explains why you thought them Tribe Called Quest vans was a thing.
Oh, for sure.
That was it was like, yo, bro, nah.
You didn't like those?
I don't like vans.
Nah, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I'll be honest with you.
That sounds like an echo. Yeah.
Like, it was... I grew up on Vans because I was a skater, right? However, most people that wear Vans, as far as their consumers, also listen to Tribe, De La, and stuff. So it took me a while to convince Tribe to do the Vans deal because of that same thinking. New Yorker, right?
Yeah, he from Queens. We don't wear them
But
shits.
when they sold, they had 8 SKUs. They sold 50,000 pairs
Okay.
of those shoes.
Yeah, they sold out.
They sold out quick. Yep. And so for Vans, it was a successful campaign because it's the perfect marriage between a skate brand that has a huge history in biking and skating, and then, of course, a Tribe Called Quest. They sold like...
Plus they seen Pharrell get his bread, so they like, oh,
yeah, I mean, it was a no. The deal was a no-brainer, and I agree. I think Fife didn't like Vans. Well, he wasn't around for that, but he wouldn't have liked Vans either.
Right.
But again, he didn't like "Can I Kick It," so he did the song. You don't like it, but the fans love it. So that's the theory behind it.
Yeah, artists.
I gotta watch you Harlem Cats, man. I have to.
Case ain't like missing you, so he hates that. He hated the record.
Yep.
So, and it's usually the ones that they don't like is the biggest record,
or the one they have to perform year after year after year becomes the one they hate. But Fife didn't like "Can I Kick It" because he didn't like his voice at the time because it was high pitched, and he knew they weren't making any money off it because of the Lou Reed sample. He took all of the publishing, or if not most of it. So he had other reasons.
He faced him.
Yeah, for sure.
An artist do a line from one of his "Soon as I get home," so he goes, "I'll clear it, but I want the sample. I want the publishing for that record." And even at the end, he wanted the publishing for the whole record, and he wanted the publishing for the record that record led into.
That's crazy. That's a lot. And he got it, right?
No, he said we just won't do it. He's like, nah, we just take it out. He's like, that record ain't got nothing to do with you. He's like, yeah, but it leads into that record.
They go together. It don't really matter these days because all the time that you place and do into sequencing is motherfucker. They just go stream and
they do shuffle.
Put on shuffle anyway. Right. I try to tell my daughter all the time. It's like, yo, don't listen to. If you are gonna listen to the album, listen to the album. Listen to it straight. Right. Don't play songs and all. No, fuck a playlist.
Yeah.
Listen to these songs. Listen to the album.
Right. And speaking of now, the great segue. How did you link with Tribe?
That's a great question. So and the story's kind of crazy. So when I graduated from college in '93, I got accepted to the JET program, which is the Japan Exchange Teaching Program. Between the months of me before I left, the college called me back and said Tribe was coming to perform at the school because I had a radio show when I went to school there. They had me come back and interview them. So I have an actual video of me sitting in the room with Ali wasn't there, but Fife and Tip were there, and then security and road managers that became my friends. I didn't realize at the time when I look back at it that they were there. Interviewed them. A few months later, was leaving to go to Japan from Canada because I was a Canadian teacher, so I had to leave from there. My last show before going to Japan was Tribe in Toronto around Caravana.
Okay, yeah.
The next morning,
if you ever go somewhere, you need to check that out. Yeah.
And then the next morning, I went to Japan. So my send off from the States and Canada was Tribe. Fast and playing it throughout those years. I moved to Atlanta in '97. I think it was early '98. I got a call to work in a studio to do some scratches on a Fife record. He was working with a group called Rock City. I don't know if you remember them, Rock City. And so I went in
from VI.
Yep, I did the scratches, and we met. And I knew that at the time he had a DJ that he had just kind of let go. So I went in there and being ambitious. I'm going to impress this guy, and I want to be his DJ. And we talk and we kicked it on a cultural level because he's also from Trinidad. So jokes our grandmothers would make and our parents. And then he probably remembered me. And then 6 months later, I got a call back from the studio saying, "Hey, Fife is having a show at University of Maryland College Park. He wants you to DJ for him." And that's how I met got into the fold early on, and then fast forward when they started doing shows again.
They had you.
Yeah, I was there managing Fife's interest in Tribe, so I technically by default became one of the Tribe managers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was that transition? Even because since you was there for Fife, but you was DJing for Tribe.
Well, I was managing Fife in Tribe.
Oh, in Tribe. Okay, got
And
you.
I was his solo DJ. There was a transition because it was a fast curve because, a solo artist in a group of the magnitude of Tribe will get less interest than Tribe as a whole. So whatever I was doing for Fife or I learned to do for Fife was 100 times more when the group was involved because it's 3 different people,
Right.
4 managers, and
Right.
booking agent, and it just became this monster of a thing. So we had to really work hard and diligent to make sure that we maintained the group together because they were still kind of like it was sketchy for them.
Okay.
But
And what year was that?
that would have been, their first show back after their breakup was in 2004 at Street Scene in San Diego. So 2003, they started getting interest from booking agents, and the fees they were getting asked to do it for was more like the 90s fees, so they held off.
Okay.
But the offers kept going up and up and up. And then
Right.
after a while, it was like, and that back then, their first show was probably 100,000 for them in 2004, which isn't bad for not having a song out or anything
Right.
out in like 6, 7 years. But they were smart and they understood the value of their brand and they held out, and that number kept going up and up and up and up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
So that was working with Fife. That was your first stint into managing, right?
Yeah, definitely. That was my first stint into managing, but I'd also managed my own DJ career leading up to that. So there were certain things I had learned managing myself that helped me transition into managing him. The only thing I had to kind of brush up on was road managing skills because I wasn't touring as much as he was as a soloist. So learning what that meant and
that's a lot,
advancing, and those kind of things.
So, Seuss, what do you do?
Well, I used to be a road manager,
So you get it.
but now I'm management, period.
Got it.
So
But it served you well, right? The
yeah.
experience,
Yeah,
the
but
foundation.
but even around it, I was starting out A&Ring, Interscope, everything else. I used to listen to the artists
Got it.
complain, so I heard the good and the bad about their management.
Got it.
With their whatever manager they was with. So I just knew not to do that. So I had a cheat sheet anyway because I was always the quietest person in the room.
Got it.
And when you're just there, because there was other people in the room, but I was allowed to be in the room, but I just never spoke.
But you're absorbing, right?
I'm absorbing all the information.
Yeah.
So they actually forget that you're there, and they just
Speak candidly.
they just be wilding. And
Got
my
it.
job at the time, I just listened.
Got it.
So when it got to the point where if they complained about cars or hotel rooms, so when I'm in every city, I'm getting to know I'm getting to know the hotel owners, not the owners of the brands, the general managers, the people that work at enterprises, but people that had what you call the luxury vehicles. And then when my people come in, I just hit them. But like if their label gave them a Focus or something, I would call my people that had luxury car services.
Got it.
Be like, yo, I got a client in the building. Can you get them a car? And that would be. It get to the point where it started. They started saying, yo, tell Seuss to handle that.
Almost like a concierge.
Yeah, so that's where the connect came from.
Got it, yep.
Because they was like, I just knew everybody. I got to know the doorman. I got to know at clubs, not just the doorman, the valet guy, the minimum till you get to know the owners.
Yep.
And when I started to learn who all the people moving around, it's not the owners because the owner don't come outside.
Right.
You know what I mean? So who's the head door guy? You know what I mean? Not this dude that's trying to keep everybody else. Who's the other one that he got to report to? That's asking. Let me get to know him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and it got to the point where I can call him ahead of time, or the girl that's running the VIP. Let me hit you. I got somebody over there.
Yep.
You got sections available? I don't want to stand on line. Can we
Got
make
it.
sure they good?
Yep.
So I was that person.
Yep.
So then the artist started saying, yo, what you doing this weekend? Yo, come rock with me
Dope.
over here. And when I get there, I land early, go handle everything. Like I remember one time I was ironing one of my clients' clothes, and one of the managers was like, "Yo, why you ironing his clothes?" He was like, "We can get somebody to do that." Like, why? I'm here, not doing it.
Yeah.
I can iron.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not, and then he thought it was. He found out later. He was like, "Now I never paid attention to it to just now. That you just watching it. Like you need to know you need to anticipate what they're gonna. What they're gonna, how they're gonna react. You know what I mean before they do it.
So in other words, you became the plug.
Yes,
Got it.
The connect.
And I became the connect.
Seuss the connect.
And then after that, I started. Then they put me on the road as the road manager.
Got it.
They'll just send me, but that's because I answered my phone. I never let my phone go to voicemail.
Sure.
So I think one of the clients, he fired his road manager like the show before. And then I got a call like 3 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm in New York City in the crib. And my man, Blue, actually, he called and said, can you get to the airport? Now this is no Uber, nothing. You can't flag down cabs in New York City. They was on some bullshit.
Yeah, it was an error, right?
Right, yeah. Because they wouldn't let you, they wouldn't pick you up. You know what I mean? So, and I had to get to LaGuardia by 6 a.m. And he called me at 3:30. So this is no TSA pre-check. There's none of this shit. And I had to be able to make that flight.
Got it.
I always kept a go bag. So I grabbed that. I had socks and drawers. I could work it out, everything else when I get there.
Right.
So I got just so fortunate enough that a cab stopped for me. When I put my hand out, he came out, he pulled over, and I'm like, take me to the airport. So I made it to the airport in time to get on the flight. But I was just ready. And I tell people all the time, I answered my phone. Whatever it is. He was like, how did you? I picked up my phone. And I never let it go to voice. I never let it. Anytime the phone rang, I pick it up. Now I'm in a position. I'm not answering it.
But so one of the things I'll say is it's consistency.
Yes.
So whatever habit you had that worked for you those few times, you kept it consistent.
Exactly.
And then people have a reasonable expectation of
where that's going to be.
And that's whatever that is, and it works for you, will take you a long way, for sure. Consistency to me is key in everything.
Exactly.
Even in being inconsistent, being consistent is key.
You're consistently inconsistent.
Right.
That's how I feel about Leighton. That's it. Shout out Lake Sheezy. I don't even get mad at him, man, because he'd be like, oh, that's that Leighton shit.
Wait a minute. So that's probably where we first met. It might have been a show in Little 5 Points.
Ooh.
What was Lake's group that he was in?
Cult of Icon.
And what were you in?
Cult of Icon, Unknown Seas.
Right. So there was a show with Dat Boo, Cult of Icon, Clever. I remember Clever was there, but I don't think he was DJing, and it was a small club.
In Little 5 Points?
Right at that.
Justin Hale was there?
Yeah, maybe. That's when that was like, I had just gotten here. I kind of think, I remember meeting Lake there. I think you guys were there. I remember, I think that's the era where I met you.
That was the great era.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
The old Buckhead.
That was a great era, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Mass Influence, Micronauts.
Yep.
The old Frequency.
Architects.
Yep.
All that shit.
Yeah, man.
But so as far as managing, what do you do with Dwelle? You managing Dwelle?
So right now I tour manage and road manage for Dwelle. When it's a show that's a track date, I'll DJ for him. And so, my first US real tour was with Fife, Slum Village. Dwelle was opening. An artist named Mystic from the Bay. She had a song called Life.
It was
called the Family Tree Tour.
Okay.
And it was like we ended up calling it the Bumpy Knuckles Tour because it was, the bus bill wasn't paid, so they parked the bus for 8 hours and that kind of tour. But I learned a lot. That was my first road managing experience.
And that stuff too.
Yeah.
Hotel lights go out.
Yep.
And then you got to figure that when you get there, that their rooms is not ready, and they be like, "Yo, it's not paid for." Yes, it has been.
Yep.
You got to. You know what? Just take your credit card out, check them in. We'll work everything else out in the morning.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just all that stuff you have to learn, and that stuff you on the job training.
Yep.
You're not. There's a lot of things like I tried to put people in place because somebody always say, "Yo, I want to do what you do," and then you give them a shot, and they can't do it because they
Correct.
think you having fun. It's not a fun thing. Like I just make it look like is easy, but I've been doing this for 18 years. So a lot of this stuff is just muscle memory.
nature,
So
yeah.
it's just there.
Yep.
And you gotta anticipate everything.
Yep. 100%.
And then and most artists don't know what managers do. So they just assume like you supposed to do this. Nah. And I never said that's not my job. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure.
I've never said that.
Yep.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you need, wherever you need me to be, that's where I'm gonna be.
100%. Yep.
Niggas at my job say that all the time.
That's not my, and they're gonna be there at all the time. You're never gonna move forward if that's
And
your train of
they
thought.
have not.
And that's where I road manage because I want to. Like if I've had to, I'll just go on the road and take care of it. But now the artist that I have, I'm the actual manager.
Got it.
So and then I just deal with that stuff, and then they have road managers in place. But even then, I'm like, yo, this is what you need to do.
Yep.
I give information. I don't hold it. I don't charge people. Because a lot of people, just for you ask them a question and they be like, oh. And I know there's consultants for like, but there's a lot of things everything you don't have to get $1 for.
100%.
You're like, yo, I'm not here.
Yep.
This is the info you need here.
Yep.
I'm good.
Sometimes the value is in sharing the information.
Right.
Yeah.
How long you been with Dwelle?
I mean, as far as working with him, probably in that capacity, probably 2008.
Word.
More so on like the touring side of it. With his manager is a really, really good friend of mine. And I've learned a lot from him, and I still am learning a lot from him. And that's family, regardless. So work or no work, I would do anything for them. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed his first album.
Me too. Subject, right?
Yeah.
We had a couple shows with Dwelle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know one is one we had in Ohio. That's where I first met him.
With which artist were you working with?
Dwelle.
No, who were you with?
No, I'm Case.
You Case.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I have Case, Selena Johnson, Elle Varner, Demetri McKinney, Rodney Perry, Gerald Kelly.
The comedian?
Yeah.
Got it.
And Safari.
You still working with Safari?
Got it.
Yeah.
How long were you with Selena Johnson for?
I just got with her last year.
Okay, got it.
Celicia's still very much
Okay.
in place.
Got
You guys with it. But she created a team when we had a big meeting. Because Selena, when I was with Primary Wave, because and I keep mentioning Primary Wave. Primary Wave was the company that Chris Lighty and Blue created when they made that big form that company.
I remember that.
And so I was working for Primary Wave when Selena was over there. When she left them, she thought that I wouldn't.
Because she was on Jive at one point, right?
That was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. She was independent, but Primary Wave signed her to management. And when she left them, she thought I wouldn't rock with her anymore because, but I was an independent contractor anyway. I could have did it.
Right.
So when we had the meeting again with me and Celicia, she was like, yo, Selena was just wondering what it is. I was like, I never left. She just stopped. She just went over there. I would do anything for that. I'm cool. Like, that's sis.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it was like, even if there wasn't no money involved, whatever she need from me, she could pick up the phone and I would have done it.
Yep.
But she thought because I was with Primary Wave, and I was like, let me explain something to you. I'm not signed to Primary Wave. Me and Blue was cool. And so whatever Blue asked of me to do, because he know that he'll tell anybody. He was like, yo, he's never told me no. Like, he'll call, be like, Jesus, I need you to take care of this. All right. What you need? So, and it got to the point where the other execs in Primary Wave was doing the same thing. But what they didn't understand is my loyalty was to Blue.
Got it. That makes sense.
So you can't ask me to do anything.
Right.
And without clearing it with Blue.
Because you guys are solid.
Right, yeah. Because when they was trying to move him out, that's not how I work. You know what I mean? So you can't just say, okay, we gonna pay him, but we gonna still rock with you. Nah.
Yeah.
You don't rock with us.
Yep. No, it's good. It's loyalty.
You did some work with did you do work with Bankers or you did work with Jax?
Primarily Jax, but I've done some background stuff with Binkus for sure. But Jax was my man, so we went to Japan together. We went to we traveled together, so that was my guy. But he was also him and Flux were my into Binkus, so that's fam. That's way back fam.
You had to deal with LRG?
Myself?
Yeah.
Well, we had a sponsorship through when Fife was working at the time, and I got really cool and still cool with a lot of the guys that went on to do great things. Shout out to Kevin, he came back to LRG, Albie, who's with Stan Socks, Reggie, that's with Brand Jordan. Yep, exactly. And
I still fuck with LRG. I like them.
When LRG first dropped, I was rocking them when nobody was wearing them, and then like a year later, everybody started rocking them, so I stopped wearing them. I was like, nah, man, I don't want to wear. I don't want to wear your clothes.
I still fuck.
And they
with
changed the design up a little bit because they was making the jean suits, and I was heavy into. that was jean suit kid.
That's the Canadian tuxedo.
That's exactly what
anybody.
it is.
Matter of fact, when Russell Simmons Fat Farm made one. The joint that Run War on MTV. I had it the next day. I was I was in college and I went to one of the pizza shops on a late night, and this chick was like, "Hey, I saw Run on." She said she called them the whole thing Run DMC. It wasn't Run DMC. It was Run. I seen him on MTV yesterday with that outfit on. So my man Kron was like, crazy. "You buy everything in the magazine, don't you?" But How Can I Be Down? I ran into the Fat Farm cats, and they worked in marketing and everything else. And I said, "How come every time I see something in a magazine, I don't know it's not in the stores?" So he gave me his card and he was like, "Yo, anytime you see something, just hit me."
That's dope.
And I started hitting. I had a whole shoe line of I had every Fat Farm and every color the kicks.
That's
the Fat Farm Wallies. I had them all colors.
That's crazy.
And then I hit him. I'm like, "Yo, I just seen this in the joint." He'd be like, "Yo, what's your size? I'll mail it to you." And he used to send me the shits all the time.
That's really dope.
Because they go by areas. So I'm thinking that if they released it, it's everywhere. And they were like, he was like, and that's what I learned when I went to that panel. And he was like, "Nah, it's not like that. It's like we can't put out the same thing in Miami as in New York because it's two different type of." And I was like, "I just figured y'all just put the shit out." You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's about time for the. I think it's about time for the Binkers Barbecue. Where you at the Binkers Barbecue, man? Do I see you there?
It's funny. For many years, I've been out of town for it. This last year, I was here, but I just wasn't on social media, so
so you
I had
missed
no idea. Flux called me 2 days ago, and he told me the date, and I'm in town, so I will definitely be there.
Yeah, because and I'm glad that you made it here, and I'm glad that you responded to the email invitation because nobody else did.
As far as
the email that I sent out about today,
got it,
the invite and the and all that, nobody else responded.
Well, I mean, for me, it's more of like if I see it and don't mark it down somewhere,
then you'll forget.
I'll forget it. So I just put it so I can look at the calendar and it's there and I'll be there,
That's why I had to that's why I checked with you, Seuss, because I was like, "Nigga, you gonna be there, right?"
This is your
I didn't
studio.
know I had to.
I was just making sure because I know what we said, but shit changed.
Nah, dude.
Shit
I
changed.
told you I'm gonna be here, man. I'm gonna be here. And I don't have to be here. I gave you the code. Nigga, just come inside.
No, you had to be here. You had to be here.
So hold on. So you said 2007 you started rocking with 2008.
Yeah.
Well,
When did no? I'm talking about with Tribe.
Oh, Tribe. No, I started rocking with Tribe 2000, just loosely 2002, 2003, because they started talking again. But I was with Fife in 98.
Yep. When did Consequence get there?
We're going to a commercial break now. One of the people you see may not be here when we come back.
I called him on that show. You remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you cut him off. He was like, "Yo,
I didn't cut him off.
You like, he said, "Let's talk about it when we get."
I didn't cut him off. He said what he said, and I appreciate it.
You talking like I'm not here.
And that was another thing. Your man, he commented on that.
Right.
What did he say?
The first time he liked the post.
When I wasn't involved, right?
No. He wasn't involved. First time he liked the post, and then when other people started commenting, he went to offense mode.
Got it.
He said we was clout chasing.
I was like, nobody needs you for clout, nigga. Fuck it. I wanted to go in. B. Price said, "Don't."
No.
Because I'll engage. You want internet famous, nigga. We can go. I play this internet game. So let's go.
Yeah, he was talking about clout chasing or some shit.
But I was like, yo, and I was going to let yo, I should have circled it. Like, bro, you just liked the post. Because we wasn't shitting on you. No. I'm just stating what the...
Well, I mean, not necessarily shitting on him, but I did say he was the reason that...
he was the reason that Tribe broke up. But then he proceeded to, on every interview after that, discuss it.
Yeah, talk about it.
About y'all?
No.
Just the topic.
Just the
About the
topic.
topic.
Okay, got it.
And I'm like, nigga, I took clips of you talking about it.
So...
Well, let me ask you, was that y'all most popular moment?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We had plenty of shit, but that was just hilarious that he would reply to it.
Got it.
Because he ain't got nothing better to do. So
does that mean...
I think he Googles his name.
He might have Google search on.
Nah, I don't.
He might have Google search on his name.
Nah.
But he was talking about clout chasing or some shit, and it was like, hey, come on, dog. Yeah. But I still think that. But you, I can't remember your quote at this moment.
Good.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Did you know him?
I knew him through meeting with Fife for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Yep. But I didn't necessarily have a friendship with him, but we were cool for sure. We were not that we aren't now, but just at the time working with the group, he was around. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever think he was nice?
I mean, for me as a Tribe fan, for me personally, from how I was introduced to the group, I was introduced to them as Droby, Fife, Tip, Ali. That's what I know as the nucleus. And, as a fan back then, I didn't know what was going on with them and all that kind of stuff. I just noticed who's this new person in the group. And overall, as the albums were coming out, I was liking the music less and less. But I never ever thought, oh, it's because Consequences around. But I knew. But
now you think it's because Consequences.
No, not at all. I just think not at all. Honestly, because I know, and this is common knowledge, that Fife and Tip just had issues with each other, just like all friends do. It just theirs was magnified because it was in the public eye, and people have opinions.
And Fife wanted to be the only short dude in the group.
Nah, it's not that. Not at all. Nah, because truth be told, like and Cons say this, like Fife and Cons were really close. Like Cons stayed with Fife in Atlanta for
he
long
talked
time.
about that.
Yeah, and so. I with whatever Fife said about whoever is what I believe, because he was an honest person, so he would never like change a story. So if he's cool with Cons, I'm cool with Cons. Whether I talk to him or not, I'm going to be cool with him. But I know where my allegiance lies. It's with Fife for sure. Even within the group, I represent Fife, not only work wise, but also that's my man. So
Word.
you know what I mean? In a sense, he can do no wrong, but when he does wrong internally, we would check each other. You know what I mean? Like I was like, Fife, stay off of Twitter, stay off Instagram. This person has 3 followers. Why are you engaging?
Why are you talking to this?
You know what I mean?
Right? He created this to talk to you.
My first interaction with Fife was on the street. I was going to Club Kaya, and it was this Honda Accord, and it had pulled up right where a federal building is right now. It wasn't there, so you could park on the street.
Yep.
So he parked on the street.
He was driving?
Yeah.
What year was this?
It was Club Kaya, so I don't know.
Because when I met him in '98, he didn't have a New Yorker. He didn't have his license.
This was.
He got his license in '99, 2000.
It had to be around then.
Okay.
Because I can't remember when Kaya changed it.
You know how many people
changed the vision.
Just be driving with no license?
That's true too.
But yeah, he pulled up there and he got out because I looked and then he got out and I was like, I saw him. I was like, damn, that's Fife. It was Fife and Honda.
No, I feel you, because even me visiting Atlanta when I was in Japan, I remember going to some club. It was called Mecca, maybe downtown. I think it was maybe Mecca. He was there talking to Kid Capri, and I was like, as a fan, I'm like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? Like, it bugged me out, not knowing that like 5 years later he'd be like become a friend of mine. That's what really bugged out to me.
Shit. And now that we talking, I had something for you and I forgot it at the house.
Sometimes it's best not to say things. I appreciate it though.
I'm still gonna get it to you though.
I wonder what it is. Is it a video picture?
It's a picture of Fife at MJQ from Face Off.
Really?
Yeah.
Have I seen the picture?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. We love that, man. He loved that place, man.
Look at his transition. Face Off.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good segue. Now we can talk.
Okay, how did it start?
So I was DJing, trying to make my name and make my way in the city, you know, and I'd moved here in 97. So it took a while to get the ball rolling with figuring out who were the promoters, who were the DJs I need to check for, and where I fit into the whole scene, because musically it was very different than what I was used to, you know.
Okay.
This is when, you know, Master P was huge, and I feel like I felt way more culture shock moving to Atlanta than I did when I moved to Japan.
Word.
Just even like how people talk, the accents, it bugged me out. You know what I mean? But I started DJing for Loud Records. They had these like listening parties,
Right.
and they were heavy with the street team.
That street team was crazy.
Street teams, it's Loud Records street
The
team.
Loud Mix Summit, because
Yes.
I went to the one at
All
Magic's
that,
in Miami.
yeah,
so
they were
They
very,
was
very in
big on
tune
it.
with the
Right.
DJs.
Right.
And so they would hire a couple of us, excuse me, to do these listening parties. And I got hired, and one of their events was at MJQ, and we all knew MJQ was the spot. Like, as a DJ, you'd want to DJ there. It was
Okay.
just that kind of spot.
And you wanted to perform there.
For sure, for
She was
sure.
great.
And so I kind of just DJ there a few times, and then my friend Rob Wonder, he's called Detail at the time. He was leaving to go to Florida, and he had a night called More Dusty Than Digital, and he said, "Hey, I have a second Friday. I'm leaving. Would you want the night?" And I wasn't a promoter then. I said yes, not knowing how I was going to make it work.
Right.
But luckily, we figured it out. And then maybe a year after doing it with no name, just DJing there on the second Friday, we came up with the concept for Face Off, which is from the movie Face Off, which is Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, and like almost like two people battling each other, but they're the same in the sense.
What year was this?
This would have been 04.
Okay.
When I got in there officially, and then the name Face Off and the concept was probably birthed in 2005.
Okay.
So I would have Kemet, Jamad, Ja Prince, Fudge,
so
Solomon,
later.
all these other DJs, and we just play together and like mix.
What was the concept? Like, what is
The concept was you get two DJs together. It's not a battle. It's more so who can move the crowd more.
Okay.
But that wasn't what we advertised. That was the internal thing.
Okay.
So if Ja Prince played a record and got a huge reaction,
you have to drop something?
I would just by the nature of any ego I had would be like, he's not gonna top me.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not gonna like do better than me and vice versa. But it was friendly competition. But ultimately the patrons won because they got the best out of us.
Because at one point, Drez was still there. Wasn't he doing the hosting at this?
Because he was hosting every Friday.
He was hosting every Friday, and he was hosting for y'all
correct
to a point.
He was hosting for a couple years actually.
Yeah.
And then as he got their own night going and we were going in a different direction creatively, we wanted to kind of like make our night very unique. And at
Make it
that
separate.
point, it wasn't as unique because it was the same characters.
Yeah.
And then we kind of had a conversation, and they had 3 other nights. So I took my night, and then we brought in Goldie, and we tried to make it as unique as possible because we didn't want people to come and think like, well, this is every Friday's Face Off. It wasn't.
Shout out to Goldie. Shout out to Ja
For
Prince.
sure.
I think the first time I went to MJQ was a Face Off.
Yeah.
And when I've been to clubs in Atlanta, and music that they played, some of it I messed with, some I didn't.
Sure.
And then I was like, what's going to be different here?
Yep.
And then when I went there, and I was like, oh, they playing the shit.
Did you ever bring Case there? Just
Yeah.
Sorry, I remember that.
Yeah, I bought him there. He was like,
Sorry, we've definitely met. I remember.
yeah. I told him, I said, let's go to MJQ. He was like, no.
He heard of it before.
No, he didn't. He knew Asha.
Got it.
So
Yes.
So I was like, yo, let's go check out this spot. He fuck with hip hop and all the rest of stuff, but he's another nigga. He want a section. He don't want to stand up. So, but I was like, yo, I said they'll fuck with you here. Let's just go there and go check it out. Underground, his phone didn't work. He was in, but after he was sitting there for a minute, he was like, I fucks with it, but I'm not going to be a regular.
Yep. Gotcha. Yep.
But he was like, it was straight. Said that because they played all the shit.
Yeah.
Nigga. Like, yo.
I mean, we played his songs.
Yeah.
It was just a part of the fiber of the group of the night. Literally, like
Right.
Foxy Records, Case.
Right.
It was just a part of what made the night what it was.
Right.
You know. I played Touch Me, Tease Me like I can't even tell you.
Right.
That was a part of my set. Like,
And I think you played it when it did. Then he was on there, so I was
That's
like,
dope.
and Asha handed him the mic, and I was like, nah, that's not what we here for.
Yeah.
She's like, yo,
yeah. And that's also like, as a DJ, we would love the performance, but also I want people who are artists to know that, like, even if you had, not that he did, but 1 or 10 hits, that we appreciate you.
Right.
Like when I saw that the Keith Murray video that circulated a few weeks ago that was older.
I didn't see it.
It hurt my heart only because these artists were a huge part of my DJ cloth. You know what I mean? So if you disrespect them, you kind of disrespect me, and it hurt me to see that because I think those type of artists, they played important roles in the culture. Whether they had 1 song or 10 songs, they were part of our memories. You know what I mean? And they should be cherished no matter what they're going through or what they've been through.
Correct.
I don't shame artists. None of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't artist
that
shame.
Hurt
no,
to see that.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Whatever is there, and then as I grew in this business, and they became my peers say I'm friends. So I'm at their kids' graduation. Like I'm chilling. Like those, you're not going to sit there and play my peoples. Like those is my guys. And if they going, like you said, if they going through something, let them go through it. Let them work through it.
And I have firsthand knowledge of that when Fife was going through his health battles.
Right.
2007, we did the VH1 honors. Well, they did, and he didn't want to do it because he wasn't feeling right. And then when he was physically looking different.
Right.
But I also knew the opportunity for the group to be honored was good for them.
That's when your man forgot the lyrics?
Common?
Common
did too, though. But
Lupe?
Lupe did, but
yeah.
Common did too, but they harped on Lupe lyrics.
Because he ruined that record.
He did. and he was unapologetic about that.
Right.
He was unapologetic about that. But like Fife being there, the rumors started going around. It's like, no, that's what people who have kidney failure and kidney issues, they go through that. And, when he was shamed to a certain extent, you want to fight people for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the Michael Rappaport joint.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie when they was like
the documentary?
Yeah, the documentary that he did for them. That beats rhymes and lyric shit.
Their life, yeah.
Yeah, and Fife was going through what he was saying, and then I think Tip was having a conversation. I don't think he knew that they was filming at that point because he was like, "Yo, Fife can't." He was worrying about him being paid for shows that he didn't show up for, and maybe he didn't know that they filmed that, or maybe he told me. I think because remember when they was doing the press junket, and he was like, "You need to control your own narrative." He may have wanted that out, and he left it there because that wasn't a conversation was open. He was like, "Yo," Fife was like, "Yo, I'm really sick." Like
hot mic.
Yeah, right. It's a hot. You say the mics and the cameras is always rolling.
Yeah,
and if you agree to them filming all the time, this happens.
It does, but then you gotta come on, man. You gotta use your judgment.
Right there, you go.
You gotta use your better judgment.
Discernment. Sure.
And there's certain things like that's why we never really did reality shows from anything. But I'm like, if I have creative control, I don't want that in there. This is not. Even we shot the documentary for the Case joint. There's the Case 25. There's certain stuff in there after reviewing the case, like, nah, take that out.
Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, the technical reason for that, if I'm not mistaken, was for it to be considered a documentary and be considered for festivals, there's certain parameters that the people that are subjects can't have control over.
And I was about to bring that up because we was going to do a Kings of R&B reality show. And we had a meeting with Bravo. Nene Leakes was going to be one of the... So she had all these artists here. So it's 112, Case.
Are these niggas going to live in the same house?
Jagged Edge. Hold on.
That'd have been crazy. It never happened?
No, this is what happened. So we, Michael Keith, we sitting there, and she was like, "Yo," he was like, "Yo, we're all cool." She was like, "Yo, is no drama between y'all?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, because Life Jennings, the Jagged Edge, all of them, everybody was there. Bobby V and Jay Holiday. So she was saying, yo, she was trying to, the questions that we had at that dinner, we had the long table when he was talking, she was like, it got to be some type of drama for TV.
Well.
And we was like, well, what drama? You going to create a drama with us? Because we don't have a problem with each other.
And the answer is probably yes.
And she was like, well, it's not going to be like that, but it's certain. And then so Mike, and he had the same idea I had. I said, first of all, I don't know about anybody else, but you can't create beef between men, at least of our caliber, because it's not going to end here, and I guarantee you, security is not going to get there fast enough. 2, we're cool. So you're trying to create beef between us?
Yes.
If that's what you want to do, like, we out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. That's not what I want to look like on television at all. Cause why can't you create a show where we do get along?
Yeah.
Because that's not what they build on.
And we cool. You know what I mean? We know that is a friendly competition as far as music. Let's take it to the stage, sucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you're about to play that EPMD record. I love that record.
Yeah, let's get on. Let's handle our business on the stage, and then when we get off the stage, we cool again.
Yeah.
But you want to create. You want to see the ugliness. There is no ugliness between us.
Yep.
So you want to make something.
Yep.
Yeah, nah.
It's funny you say that because I can't remember the show. It was on O Network. Is it Ayana?
Ayanna Van Zandt?
Yeah, she reached out. Well, her producers reached out to when Tribe was going through.
Oh, to Fix My Life joint?
That one.
Okay.
They wanted to get the group on, and they were like, "No way,
No.
no way, that's not happening."
What you going to do?
That clip of her with the nigga on the ground and telling them to talking to the hole on the ground.
Yeah.
Classic. It's classic for manipulation. It's been manipulated every way it can be. But it was like, nigga, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Say it. Just say it. He holding nigga head and stuff.
No, we're not doing that. I got smoked with Tribe on one thing.
What's that?
They took a picture in front of their mural in Queens.
Who took a picture?
They did the whole press conference in the mural when the mural was done. They ain't shout us out once. We did that mural.
The
I
one that's
paid
in
for
Queens
it.
right now?
Yeah, the hip hop discussion group.
Who was the artist? Who did you remember?
The artist, Smith. What's his name? T. Smith.
T. Smith.
Yeah, and it was another guy. And I paid for it.
Interesting.
So they signed if you go there at the bottom in the corner, it says HHDG because they was like, yo, we could put your name at the bottom. I don't want my name. Just put Hip Hop Discussion Group on it.
Sure. I didn't
But
know
they
that.
they was all out there with the new, and Jerobi is in the Hip Hop Discussion Group. He ain't shout us out or nothing.
That's interesting.
I'm looking at that mural all the time. I'm like, nigga, we did that.
That's crazy. That's a dope mural too, though.
But hold on, we gotta get back to
Face Off.
Face
So
Off.
so
wait a minute, and then I also remember I can't remember what the show was, and then I can't find these pictures. You sent me some pictures from this Tribe show when they had this model and this body art going.
Oh, that was on the.
Oh, I remember that. The chick on stage with the shaking her ass.
Her name is
you know her name?
something.
Look at it.
Yeah, of course.
She on Instagram?
Stephanie. Yeah. Stephanie.
DM me.
Stephanie Santiago.
I want to see something.
Yeah, that was the. They did shows at MSG with Yeezy.
Wait a minute, that was Stephanie. I know Stephanie. I follow
That was
Stephanie.
her.
That was her.
That was her.
Oh, say less.
That was her, and then they did the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
what year was that?
That was 14.
Okay.
I was 14.
But
That was
all right,
14.
let's get back to the queue. But I want to say you said when you took over, it was getting the promotion part and things was a problem, right?
As far as
learning, it was a learning.
Oh yeah,
curve.
because I wasn't really a club promoter, but they gave us the night to promote.
Yeah,
like
because I want to stick on MJQ, but I want to say on that aspect, you and Kemet did a free event, weekly event.
Yeah, man, I love that. It's
327 Edgewood.
yes,
I think
That
it was
on the corner?
Nuh-uh. It was. I think it was a music
music
room.
It was the top. Yep.
Yeah.
Before it was the music room.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Right there on the corner upstairs.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't popping. Y'all couldn't get it popping, and I couldn't understand
We couldn't either, honestly.
what the
'cause-
fuck niggas was doing.
Yeah, so the concept was, well, at that time, Edgewood wasn't what it is in its
Correct.
heyday. So they still had that element there that people were scared to
To
park
go over there.
to go
Right,
over
can't
there and
park over there 'cause
yeah.
they break in.
But
Right.
the concept to us was amazing. Like it's called Auraflex, like AURL,
Yeah,
like your ear.
Yeah.
And then we had Kemet doing what he did, I did what I did. And you're right, like it sounded so good.
It did. I was there.
And the 12 people that might have showed up when they did had fun.
Nigga,
but-
you lived across the street.
I lived up the street. I lived up the street, but I was
Yeah.
going. I was like, nigga, Roots and fucking and Kemet. Let's go.
And we were excited about it, but it was, and again, as promoter, it's hard to DJ and promote and wear both hats. It was hard for us, But I thought I would love to reintroduce that concept because we vibe really well musically together.
It was
Was MJQ a word of mouth, or do y'all actually?
MJQ just had its own little.
Yeah.
It's a unicorn, so you could say you're DJing there, and people would show up.
Right,
They would
okay.
either show up because they were going to be there anyway, or it has this allure to it.
Right.
This venue was just getting started; it wasn't even
Right.
finished being.
It
built.
wasn't even finished.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right,
we
right,
had to make people know that it existed.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
And it's funny because I remember the address because I think that was the
name.
It didn't even have a name. It was
It was like
327.
327.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back to the Q. I was one of those loyal.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
You said about to say loyal Trick Daddy fans?
I'm gonna get into that. I was there every week when I moved back from Florida. I was there every week, and I stayed on Edgewood and Auburn. I stayed over there, and I remember my car had broke down one time. Nigga, I walked to the Q.
Just left the car.
No, I didn't have it. It
Oh,
wasn't working.
got you.
And I was like, shit, it was Friday, nigga. I gotta walk. So I
Yeah.
walked. I said, somebody gonna be there. I know. I can get home.
Got it.
I just need to get there. And I walked up a boulevard,
Yeah.
That's a walk.
old boulevard,
Yes.
Rough
different boulevard.
Yeah. Dark
ungentrified boulevard.
Yeah.
I think I walked with you one time.
But it was I only walked that one time.
Oh, okay.
That's all it took, right?
Yeah, but it was cool. I don't have a problem. It's like Kool Moe Dee. I never ran from the Ku Klux Klan.
I was surprised that there was bitches in there.
Oh man, we don't want to talk about that. But
I'm like, oh nigga.
I don't even
bros
know.
in here.
I don't remember how I even heard of it the first time. But I don't know. It's just shit. It's been a thing.
No, it's its own little. That's a whole story. The place itself has its own story. Probably will never be duplicated in the city.
Never. Never.
And that's it. You know.
So
Never.
now see how he just did that. He did the
Flea Flicker.
yeah. He just did the pass on the joint. So they supposed to be opening a new one in Underground.
They're building a new location for the MJQ brand in the Underground.
Are you going to move your?
No. So the Face Off Fridays that we did as the finale is
That was
literally
it?
the finale of that brand. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about the finale.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's very fresh because it was just a few hours.
It was
ago.
it was hours ago.
Was you
Did
there?
you enjoy it?
I got off work. I went home and I was like, okay, yeah, it's like 7:38. I ate something, drank a little whiskey, fell asleep on the couch. Woke up. It was like 9:45. Cool. I'm good money. 11 o'clock, it don't jump off till. So I'm sitting, I'm chilling. I go upstairs to get dressed.
And that bed was cold.
Then I wake up, it's 2:30.
That's an insane story right there.
And it
you
happened
missed-
just like that. Because
and
I
you missed
remember
the
going,
conclusion.
nigga, I remember going upstairs, and that's all I remember.
Wow.
I don't even remember laying down. I just woke up and it was 2:30. It was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. It's the last call.
Wow.
I wake up for the last.
Wow.
I wake up for the last call, and I was like, fuck. And I know it was crazy.
It really was crazy, and I just told everybody that hit me up about it to just get there early because I didn't know what to expect. I went to Final Fridays or Fantastic Fridays, their finale, and it was crazy. So I knew based on where our brand was historically that our night was going to be
Even
at least
crazier.
as in my heart, yeah, even crazier, but at least as crazy as the line down the road. Our line down the road, I heard, was down to the street and then it cut back.
Yeah, cut around.
It was.
I believe it.
And I think all the old heads that we had catered our night to over the last 20 years, they showed up. Literally, people I hadn't seen in years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I felt like to honor the night and honor them, I played my set very close to what it was historically.
Word.
Just so there was just like.
So that means you didn't
cemented.
play no Ross or no Trick Daddy.
I didn't play Trick Daddy. Jamal did play Ross.
Everybody else does. You do not.
I mean, I do play it, but to me, there's a time and a place.
What's
never
wrong with
seen
Trick Daddy?
No, I love Trick Daddy. I love it.
He won't never play it for me.
I would play. I mean, I would say this. I think I would play the high level Trick Daddy stuff or Trina stuff, but you probably go a little deeper. But I would want to play like
Can't fuck with the South.
what's Pick It Up? Who's that? Who's in Pick It Up?
Home team.
Home team.
That to me is like, but it wouldn't
That's not
hit.
Trick
But
Daddy.
I know, but it's Florida, right?
It's Florida.
Yeah.
Home team. That was home team when Debonair when he left Poison Clan, because
Right.
Debonair and JT
Poison.
Money was Poison
Yeah,
Clan.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And Debonair went on to do Home Team.
Is that Take It to the House?
No,
Okay.
no, that's Trick Daddy still. But
Home
Pick
Team,
It Up-
they sampled Dress, and that's probably why I liked it. Black Sheep's Choice Is Yours. Pick it up, pick it up.
yeah,
And the drum syncopation on the sample is what I love.
and then the raps.
Yeah.
It was laid back, loose. Yeah, it was. I love that record. I remember the label on the record was a yellow label.
Yeah, it was they was dope. I like Home Team.
Yeah.
They was different. Niggas had backpacks on the cover and all. It didn't look like Florida
So they took the East Coast aesthetic and made it their own, right?
for the most part.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
But a lot of early hip hop, or even a lot of hip hop in Miami did. Niggas always focus on 2 Live Crew, but it's like even 2 Live Crew. If you listen to Fresh Kid Ice and Brother Marquis, these niggas was rapping.
You play young black teenagers?
The last time I played them was actually they were very popular when I was living in Japan. There were places we would play that were commercial clubs that you could play there. That one song they had.
You did say you was in Japan, so
Yeah.
you seen the Japanese Wu-Tang? You seen them? There's a whole Wu-Tang, but they all Japanese.
I haven't seen that particular group, but
Yeah.
they emulate us
Yeah.
to a T.
Yeah, yeah,
so
they do.
getting their straight hair.
I was gonna say niggas with the hair shit.
They've been doing that since the 90s. I looked like a dancer, but I was a DJ and I was a teacher. So it was everything they wanted to be. Helly Hansen jackets I had at down. Like when I saw Meth or Craig Mack wearing a Helly Hansen, I was like, Mom, can you go to REI right now? There's a yellow, blue, and white Helly Hansen jacket that I need. Please.
They didn't speak one word of English, but they so in tune with our music. Like we was out there because when they opened up Billboard Live there, we did the whole tour. So we was in there for a week. So we did both of them, and Osaka and all the other joints.
Nice.
But we had to change our show mid joint because they asking for records we never perform, and they don't want it. The hits that's here,
Right.
they like, yeah, that's cute.
Right.
But we want to hear this record.
Yep.
And he was like, we never performed that record.
Yeah, I haven't made it there yet. I want to go there.
Yeah.
But Europe, France was a thing for me because France is different.
Right,
I
yeah.
I fucking
You
love
fucking love France.
I love it. People be talking shit. Oh, I was like, I don't know where you went, what your experience was. My shit was dope.
I just hate the fact they don't put ice in nothing. That's what I'm thinking. Like, yo, nigga, you get an attitude when you ask for it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like you get a Coke and it's warm.
Right? Like, I mean, warm Coke. Give me some ice.
Nigga, you gonna get a warm coke?
Yeah, if you go to
It's a
Germany
mayonnaise.
and they bring you a Coke and you ask for ice, they look at you like you're
Yeah,
crazy.
nigga.
They drink Coke room temperature. It's bugged out.
Yeah, I'm like, and she got an attitude. I'm like, yo, can I get some ice? You snooty bitch, give me some ice. But I like French. Yeah.
Did you have any special guests on deck last night?
No special guests.
So that shit I saw with Skills was old shit.
Yeah, the Skills he performed with us years ago.
Okay.
But we just try to give people like a time capsule of the things we had done over the years, just so people remembered. Because like we said, this is it. Like, whatever experience you had over the years, that's it.
It's cool. I've been to enough face-offs, man. I got enough memories. I ain't want to see face-off in the casket. That's why.
Was that Raekwon joint
Damn.
face off, or that was just MJQ?
That was face-off.
That was a face-off.
When it was up
That
there-
was my first.
Yeah.
That was my first. And this is me not knowing how to promote, but I like the surprise element.
Yeah.
You remember the tri-state parties back in the day?
Yeah.
So that's when I first moved here. I mean, Precise and them were doing it, and they would have my first big show in Atlanta was Ron G, Lazy K, and Rakim.
Ooh.
And Rakim was a surprise. They didn't announce it.
Okay.
And Jamal and I played the opening set.
Ooh.
So I always felt like that's a dope way to promote, where it's not a money grab. It's like let's give them a
You
show.
say Ron G and Lazy K?
Lazy K was
Female, right?
Female.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, she was doing her thing at the time, and they
Yeah.
opened up.
I have not.
She used to
heard
be
that.
in Rhode Island all the time when I was in college. So she was just DJ around. I
Yep.
knew her and her dude that at the time was
Yep.
her dude and manager.
Yep.
And at Club Internationals
Crazy.
in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And she used to DJ there.
Yeah.
And chilling.
Yeah, so-
Ron G I knew because
Yeah.
he's from Harlem. So I knew him damn near all my life. But
Yeah, so we took
Yeah.
like a book out of their page, and we were like, we're gonna do shows, but not
and not tell.
not tell. So I remember meeting
funk
Ray.
jazz shit.
Yeah, I remember exactly. I remember meeting Raekwon. I don't know how we met, but he pulled up in a white 500 class Benz, and we did like the money exchange with the deposit, and it felt like a drug. I'm with the chef in the car, excited but equally scared because he could maybe not show up. I didn't know, you know what I mean? But that was our first show where it was like no one knew he's there. And he comes on stage.
Came on stage and got busy.
He got busy, but it was around the time that he was going through his whatever with
Woo, and he was talking shit. I was right there in the front. He was just upstairs talking. He was on stage. He was talking, and he was shitting on RZA.
So that was tough because that wasn't what my vision was for the night. Now, if it helped him get through whatever, great.
Right.
And all in all, it was a great show.
Yeah.
But you can't anticipate. That's hip hop. You can't anticipate.
It was he did a lot of talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm standing, I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
It almost sounded like a Cuban Link skit, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed myself at that joint.
Yeah.
What's your favorite face-off night?
So I have two. I mean, actually, last night became the third, maybe.
Okay.
But my first favorite would be there was an A3C. I think it was in maybe 15. I can't remember.
Talk about it. I was there.
Yep. And what we did was the minute A3C announced what the date was going to be, I looked at the calendar. I was like, that's not my date. I talked to Drez and them, and we switched nights, but they didn't realize why I switched the night.
Gotcha.
Hey.
And I switched them out I paid them to switch them out, but I knew like this is going to be good. Sure enough,
no backsies.
Yeah, right. Sure enough, A3C had an after party that they had planned, but I heard from the venue that they had planned it that because the buzz of our night, which was an A3C event, everybody who was in town for A3C showed up. So we're talking Beatnuts, the whole of De La Soul, Goody Mob, Ninth Wonder, Static Selector, Beat Miners. Just Blaze happens to come in the club with his laptop on his back because he didn't want to leave it in the car.
Of course.
I told J4, I said, ask him if he wants to spin. MJQ in the Face Off energy was he was like,
hell yeah.
He wanted some like Jameson, and that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
Gave him Jameson, and he rocked lights on. You remember it. That was the craziest.
That nigga
night.
Played nothing but his shit.
Yes, and how he broke it down. And now those are all moments that like, it was well worth the investment of.
Was Boot Camp Click? The backpack shit? Did they come through there?
No, but Beat Miners were there. The producers.
The producers. I
and
thought,
Walton Evil D were there.
I was like, yo,
Maceo
I remember them mentioning.
No, somebody.
Yeah, I mentioned them, and I thought that.
Like, unfortunately, not on our night. They weren't there. They weren't there.
Okay.
But everybody who was in town for A3C that was hip hop, they ended up there for sure. And that was my favorite. And then after that, the only announced performance we did, and it was a paid performance, was bringing Redman.
I was there for Redman.
Yeah, in 17.
I wasn't gonna miss Redman at all.
Exactly,
I'm
that was
the biggest Redman fan ever.
Yeah, so, me too. So that was like a dream come true. Now
and I got to sit on stage too. Aja let me be on. I was like, yeah,
win, right? So the thing I was working on, like the not regrets I have, but I would have loved to seen MOP at Face Off, and I was talking to Billy. It never worked out, and I was very close to getting DMX at Face Off.
Oh, okay.
I met him randomly in a airport in Phoenix at the food court, and we chopped it up. I told him what we were doing. He said, "Here's my brother. He manages me. Hit him up." We talked here and there. We couldn't work it out, but those to me are, and maybe even having Ghostface would have been dope too.
DMX would have shut it down.
He would have shut it down. So for that, I keep thinking of the "Get at Me, Dog" video at the tunnel.
I was at the tunnel. I was at that video. I didn't know they was filming it, but they played.
I'm so jealous.
They played that record 20 times. And everything that you seen, I was like, yo, that's him on, like, they didn't even plan it. He was there. And I was like, y'all watching the video to see that shit live? Oh, and he was out there, no shirt on.
Yes,
man. Flex played that shit 20, 30 times back to back.
And how many times did he actually perform this song?
Every time.
20, 30 times.
Every time.
That shit gave me chills, man. That is one of the most.
If you've never seen X perform, dog.
That video, just took you into that's New York, right? That video, and then Karis One Step
into
that
round,
video too with the breakers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the energy.
Yeah,
was just this-
I didn't see that one, but
I don't think I was at the tunnel, but
no.
energy wise,
I did the Step Into My World.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But that Get At Me, I was playing that on 91, 88.5. Like that to me was like, this is New York. Like, what is this? Who is this?
That
And it was
anybody
raw.
want to know about the other side of New York City? That's right there. And anybody who was in the tunnel that day, nigga.
That's a moment. That's a moment. And then the line about K Solo, because I was a huge Def Squad, Hit Squad. I was like, why is he talking about my man? What did K Solo do? You know what I mean?
And they didn't know it because he had they started bleeping it after a while. So it's a case. He thought so. He ran in the case in L.A. one time, and he was like, "Yo, dog, I've been looking for you." And he was like, "Yo," because him and X had the same management early, right before they got on.
The Def Jam thing? Or?
No, that wasn't a Def
okay.
Jam. That was before. That was like 91.
Got it.
Before he even got on. But him and Case was friends. But he thought when he heard the record and they cut it, it said, "My nigga Case, they cut it off." So he was like, "Yo, I'm not
Makes
dissing
complete
you."
sense.
And he was like, "I didn't even think about it." He didn't even.
Now that you say it.
And he was like, he said, "Yo, bro," he said, "Dog, I never even paid attention to that." Because I didn't know the smoke between him and K Solo with the Letterman joint.
And if I'm not mistaken, when he recorded that song, I think Leor Corin said his jaw was tied shut.
They wired it.
Wired
He
shut?
had there was.
That's
We
crazy.
can cut it, but I'm gonna say it. Rough Riders did that. They broke his jaw. They had a distribution, and he did it with his whole. When he did the prayer, that prayer was his jaw was wired. So when he screamed at the end, "Give me slave till I die," he did the whole, and it ripped his joint again. And that's when I knew this man was different. Because Yogi from the crew actually put me on the X. Because he was like, "Yo, this is dude."
The crew, the group?
Yeah. Yog and Chatty Yog.
Hey.
Yog's,
Oh, wow.
Yog from the Bronx, but he hung out in Harlem.
Interesting.
His grandmother lived next door to my grandmother. So I knew Yog since I was a kid. And he was like, he came to Rhode Island. A lot of the people that came to perform at the Strand, I knew them from the hood. So I used to just pop up because I ain't had no money. I was in college. So I just show up and just stand outside till I see one of them, be like, "Yo," and they would get me in the show. But Yog told me about DMX, and I was like, okay. He was like, "Yo, you need to hear this guy." Because matter of fact, he came with Onyx. LS1 was DJing for Onyx. They did a Double XL show.
Got it.
Double XL magazine was doing it. That's where I met LS at, and he introduced me to Onyx. And then me and LS1 been cool ever since.
Got it.
Ever since school. So, and he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, you need to check this dude out. His name is X. I'm telling you, when he hit." So I had just wrote a record for me and Sean Lowe did a joint for Cannabis. Cannabis wound up not doing it because he said he didn't want to be known for somebody that write for him. But they paid us anyway, so we couldn't use it for nothing else. The first thing I went and got was a green LS 400.
Two-door?
No, it was 4-door.
Okay.
LS 400. Lexus. Green and cream interior. I was like, "Yo, we going to the tunnel, nigga. We fitting in." We go down there, and that's what we went there that night because we pulled up. Matter of fact, with some other niggas, they just signed from Harlem. Diamonds in the Rough. Rockefeller just signed up.
Yep.
They was from 1199. That was where Dame Dash and niggas from. We go down there. They was like, "Yo, nigga." I was like, "Yeah, nigga, what's up?" So we pull up and we go in the tunnel that day, and that's the day X is filming Get At Me, Dog. I was like, "Nigga, you can't even write this."
So jealous. So jealous.
Nigga, X at MJQ would have been a problem.
Right.
Would have been a problem. The whole venue would have probably sunk into the ground.
Well, speaking of sinking into the ground, MOP, I saw them at Club Esso.
Oh,
you remember Esso back
I remember
in the day?
Esso.
course,
Yeah.
3 floors.
3 floors.
Bottom was reggae. I can't remember what was at the top. Middle floor is where MOP performed.
That's where they had the hip hop and on. And
saw
then they
Pharaoh
had
there once.
MOP
JC
performed
spinning.
second floor. MOP is rocking. Floor is buckling. Niggas is in there. Yeah, floor is buckling. You can feel it. You could feel the floor going down. I was like, oh, we're gonna die.
Listen,
But niggas was like, fuck it, nigga. MOP is rocking.
If I gotta die, I'm gonna die.
If he dies, he dies.
Loud Mix Summit, Mad Jacks. The chain I have right here used to have an R on it, initial on it. They we out there playing records. Matter of fact, Cosmic Kev played Muhammad Saw Harlem. They played it in the joint. He's like, who this? And I was standing right next to him, and I was like, yo, that's me. He's like, oh, let me get that record. He was playing it in Philly.
Oh, wow.
And so I had met Cosmic Kev there. But they had Fat Joe, fucking Beat Nuts. Everybody was everybody there. MOP, Wu-Tang, all of them. Because matter of fact, I seen Inspector Deck come through. I say, yo, your album coming out? Ever coming out? And he was like, yeah, it's coming out soon now. Because they because I was an Inspector Deck fan, but they kept pushing his album back.
Yeah, he was dangerous.
They kept pushing
Deck
his
was
shit
dangerous.
back. And matter of fact, the Beat Nuts wound up getting into a fight in the VIP shit, but they broke it up. But still, the party kept going. I said, "This is Miami."
Was Deck one of the albums that got lost in the RZA flood?
No, that was Meth.
That was
Just Meth.
That was Meth. That was just Meth.
Deck was just
They just kept pushing the shit back. And so when MOP got on stage, I was the biggest MOP fan. Mobb Deep was there too, but when they got on stage, Fox was going around. Fox from she was going around putting ice down everybody's shirt, just fucking with niggas. So I went to move away, and I seen the piece fall off. I thought it fell in my shirt. I said, I'll get it later because my pants was tucked in, but it was there. But I seen MOP on stage, and I never seen them perform before. I was just a fan of. Actually, I love dance. Like I love the way dance spit.
Yeah.
When I seen them on stage and the way they performed, I was hooked. I was like, oh no, there's no group. Because when they was what you call it, the Hill is real. When the Hill is real, that's where I started fucking with them. So when they started screaming that First Family shit, because they came out before Buckshot. Because remember they were saying who was better, Little Fame or Buckshot.
I ain't never heard that one back then.
Yeah.
Buckshot was my nigga.
Yeah. But tell me, like, Dance and Fame's back and forth ad-libs aren't the best ever.
They the best. The way they rock,
Nigga, the pinnacle was Annie Up.
Yes.
That shit is magical.
when
That shit is magical. Every time I hear it was like the way they go back and forth, the ads and everything. That
It's
shit
insane.
When we had
that shit is perfect.
When we had the BAN joint, that nigga Sean Lowe used to make me listen to them all the time. He said, look how they say the first time they go, just when you thought it was safe. And then they said, just when you thought it was safe. The way they changed it up, and I was just like, the way they come in,
Cadence. Their cadence is insane.
Nigga they don't give MOP enough props, yo.
And you know what? If they would have dropped either one of those albums, either on Rockefeller or on fucking on 50,
right,
it might be a different story.
Yeah, like just the way they write. And
Warriors.
It's almost like they write each other's and then they know it back.
They
and
know
front.
it back and forth.
It's like that twin connection.
Right. Yes. So I seen them perform, and then matter of fact, U-God, when Wu-Tang's turn to perform, U-God had a cup of ice and he threw it in the crowd and he hit me. And I'm staring at the nigga the whole time. RZA tapped him. He was like, yo, the whole night, I'm like, yo, when you gotta come off the stage, I'm giving this nigga the business. I'm gonna snuff him. I ain't care how many Wu-Tang niggas are sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna give this nigga the business. But the show was so dope.
Yeah.
Like at the end of it, I was like, but the whole night while they was performing, even while they was performing, my eye never left U-God. Because I'm like, yo, I want him to know it's gonna be me.
You don't want no smoke with golden arms?
I wanted all that smoke, nigga. I didn't care if I got stomped out, but I was gonna crack this nigga joke. Like, you hit me with ice, nigga?
Yeah, for no reason.
But he was just throwing it in the crowd, but it looked like he threw it at me. Like, I'm like, no, nigga.
I got you.
But since I didn't see DMX at MJQ, I did see him at One Music Fest.
That
was his last festival performance, I believe.
It was.
He was there.
I think he had the Laffy Taffy shit on.
I got it on video in my phone right now. Crazy. I was on stage with him, sitting on the side.
The way that the people swarmed over there when it was time for him to perform, and the way that shit was incredible.
Yes.
Only time I got to see him perform ever.
Me too.
What is your input with what's your stance with One Music Fest? What you do with One Music Fest?
So basically, I've known Jay Carter 20 plus years. His first shows we did together. We tried to do like a breakdance thing in Buckhead, right? Not understanding that breakdancers don't drink liquor. We had a bar guarantee. They drink water. So we lost our shirts. And we still laugh because it was a theme party. So he's wearing a Puma suit with a Kango. We're in the car trying to count money. We're like, oh, we got to play the driver. Shit. And so that's how far back we go. And then, just my expertise in DJing and the networking, they brought me in to produce the DJ stages. So hiring the DJs, the logistics, manning the stages for the DJs that play between the big acts,
right.
And setting the mood. Where do you put a DJ where their strength can help set the mood
set the mood for that stage?
Yes, correct.
I did too. I went to two. I went to see Dungeon Family. I was on stage for Dungeon Family. I sat there and watched that. That was bananas. I love that shit.
That's one of the top ones.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Filmed it. I was making a lot of niggas mad too. I'm like, yeah, I'm right here, nigga. But that's because of Blue with everybody else that was there.
Well, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Remember that. But speaking of Dungeon Family, I want to say rest in peace to Rico Wade.
Yes.
Yeah, nigga.
I saw this
crazy.
this morning.
Yo, first of all, everybody dying this week. What's going on,
crazy.
nigga?
Not only that, it's that age group. Like my mom is 82 this year, and she was at MJQ last night partying with us. But to see like our peers
Right.
at 50s, that's the average age of people passing away. Something's up.
Rico, fucking Mr. C. I just said,
Right.
Mr. C.
I said,
Rest in peace, Mr.
I
C.
looked at my phone and I was like, he had hit me. And I had just said, shit, I was getting off the plane. And I was like, I said, I'll hit him tomorrow. And then I wake up, I get a text at 2:00 and I was like, niggas kill everybody every week. That's not true.
Yeah.
So I don't know why niggas do this. Me and Price talked about that. They immediately text the nigga like, yo, what's some I was like, yo, I said, my bad. I just got your message. Yo, somebody just sent me a text. What's good? Hit me. I don't hear nothing. So then I went online, and then the only reason what made me know it because I seen Big Daddy Kane posted. Right. And when I seen Kane posted, I was like, oh. So I hit Case, and I sent him the picture, and he was like, what's this random shit? And he was like, and I was like, C died. He said, Mr. C ain't fucking die. He said, we just seen him, and we was in not Toronto. We was somewhere. We was in Canada, but it wasn't Montreal. We was in Montreal. We was in the airport together. And he was like, Kay said I was in the bathroom. And he was like, yo, I got a show for you. And he was like, nah, just hit Suits. But I had did something else for him. And he was like, yo, good looking for the last night. Like I said, I give whatever niggas need. I have you. And then he was like, yo, holla at me. And I was like, I'll hit him tomorrow. And I was like, yo, don't just answer your phone, man. Because I did the same thing with El Varner's Pops. He called me from WhatsApp. I'm like, why are you calling me from WhatsApp? Yeah, you out the country? And then I remembered he called in the middle of the night. I was asleep. I said, I'll call him back tomorrow. But when I woke up, I realized he was calling me from there because he was in a DR.
Got it.
And then I ain't say nothing about it. This was last year too. I get a call from her road manager that Jimmy was telling me about him. Like, yo, we got this young boy. You ain't got to be on the road all the time. And he was like, all right, cool. And he called. He was like, yo, what up, Seuss? I was like, yo, what up? He's like, man, he was like, I'm just trying to maintain whatever. I was like, what? What happened? He said, we lost Jimmy. No, we didn't. He just tried to call me. I said I was going to hit him when I got out of the supermarket. And he was like, nah, Jimmy died last night. And I looked at my phone. I was like, he called me like 1:00 in the morning. Are you fucking serious?
That's crazy.
Yeah, this week is crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. C. Juice.
Yep.
The Juice.
And I ain't fuck with the Juice jokes.
No, I don't like how they
And
trying to
ESPN,
do
why
it.
would you put him in his prison suit
They did
as
that?
the picture?
Wow.
Because they're trying to separate him from
Get the
what he
fuck
did.
out of here, yo.
And I really didn't appreciate what the former Bruce Jenner did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Talking about good riddance?
Motherfucker,
I like the response of one of them niggas.
You
It
a
was
killer.
like, he was like, you next, Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's funny.
So
And then her response was, you can't compare a car crash with multiple injuries.
You can
to the murder.
You was reckless.
Yeah, I was like, you was found guilty.
You was
and then
reckless.
you changed your sex. He was not guilty. That's the difference, motherfucker.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But
Fuck out of
that
here.
shit-
Yeah. But he was fighting cancer for a minute.
Yeah,
So
OJ?
I really enjoyed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed how Macy Cam had brought him on and they had him on the show.
Yeah, so
I enjoyed that
that's dope.
as well.
Yeah.
right.
But you say your mom's was in the spot last night?
Yeah, my mom was there, my sis was there, my niece was there, and
Word.
my mom, she's a very active 81-year-old, and I hope
I really,
I really hope my moms don't watch this because she stayed trying to go somewhere
No,
with me, and I'll be like, no.
this nigga right here. I appreciate your family dynamic, and especially with you and your moms. You and your
Sure.
moms. That's you know.
yeah.
If you know, you know. They
Yeah.
was like, nah, nigga, that's what it is.
Yeah, yep.
Who did I meet? I might have met your cousin one time. I think we friends on Facebook. And I can't remember her name.
My cousin Alicia, no.
Something with a
Marisa?
V, Victoria or something. I don't know. But it was some of your people. But then your niece and everything.
Yeah.
Your family dynamic. You were there.
Yeah, yeah. No, for
look
sure.
out- yeah.
And they're just important to me. I feel like humility is a big thing for me. So like my family keeps me humble. And I think that's why I stayed at MJQ so long, because it keeps me humble too, because it's grungy, it's grimy, but it's so dope.
Yeah.
So I can have that. It reminds me where I'm from. You know what I mean?
Right.
And even though it evolves, I still feel
That was
like,
another thing too, because he didn't tell me. I came in all white the first time I came.
oh lordy, that's rule number 3. Rule number 1 is no flip flops.
Right. I was in
Shout
all
out to Poppy.
Right. Yep.
I was in all white. I was like, nigga, you didn't tell me this shit is
Yeah.
underground, man. Nigga, this is
That
dirty.
was back in the day. You okay? To the right of the stage, those stairs that was there. Where did they go?
They're still there.
Where do they go?
They go to when you leave the venue and you go around right and go up the hill, that little overpass thing. Right there, there's a parking area right there.
Right by the other club.
By
That's over there.
So if you leave that other
by
club-
Drunken Unicorn.
No, it's the club that's behind.
It's a club right
Hideaway,
behind.
is that-
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what it's
Yeah, yeah.
Hideaway, is it?
I think
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
something like that. But if you walk out of that club and you look straight ahead, there's a door, and that's where it leads to. So that's where Redman was waiting. We brought him in that way.
Brought him in that door.
Right.
We brought Chappelle in and out that way too.
You know what? That Chappelle joint. You called me to come out for that joint.
I
And
told
was-
you, right? I
I
wasn't
was there.
sure, but Jerobi was gonna work it out.
I was there. I left.
You missed it.
I
We
missed
talked
it.
about that. I think.
know. I missed it. I was there. It was like I don't think I left at like 2:00 or so.
And they probably got there because they were there for like an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I still got a gang of pictures. Hopefully you saved them all.
No, I got all that.
But if not, I still got them on my.
No, I
hard
have
drive.
all that. I have all that stuff. Everything
You
you've
got
ever.
all his pictures?
every-
No pictures. pictures.
Pause.
Got all his pictures? Word, nigga. Nah, because he lost mine. So
Pictures that I took at MJQ when he asked me to come through.
Because you had the tag they shooting, right? Was it something September?
Late September.
Late
Late
September.
September.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah. But
So-
Seuss, you say you had 2. You said
Oh,
Dungeon
yeah.
Family.
The Dungeon Family joint, and then I was there with Buster.
Busta, he was there twice.
Yeah, but I was there the second time. I
So,
wasn't there the first time.
The same stage that DMX was on, basically.
Yeah,
Different year, but
yeah. The stage outside on
Yep.
because Dungeon Fam was inside in that other joint.
That was Lakewood, and
Right.
so was the first Busta show.
Right. So
At
this
the-
other one, Buster was outside with Scratchator. He was on the outside. Well, you said DMX stage.
At Centennial or Lakewood? Because Busta was there at Centennial once and once at Lakewood.
The last one that Buster,
was-
the second show.
That was the same
second-
stage DMX was on,
Right.
maybe a different
Right,
year. But yeah.
right.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
I was there when Buster. But I always liked Buster's performance.
Oh,
Him
for sure.
and Spliff and
Yeah,
all
that-
the
that's
rest.
crazy
they
performance
just
too.
be
That
going
chemistry too.
And
Yeah.
we talked about Busters. And I sent you the joint the other day. Because remember we talked about Busters.
Him
as far as
canceling the show?
No, as far as him selling out arenas and things.
Yeah.
And it was like, that ain't a Buster thing. Ain't nobody Buster's not gonna sell out an arena.
And then he
But he's
then
on
he
the
switched
tour.
out. I said that's why he can't. That explains why he canceled his tour.
Yeah, but
because he went on
tour.
Missy.
He's on tour with Missy.
And
I was like, there you go.
And Sierra. And I said, that's the show.
Let's do it.
That's the show.
But if you remember a few years ago, I think it was in 2015, he did something in Jersey where he brought everybody he collaborated with.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy was there.
Right,
Mariah Carey, Mary.
Right.
That, from what I understand, in hearing them talk when they were recording the album, that was supposed to be a tour itself, but it was such a big package they couldn't.
They couldn't afford that.
No way.
It's certain.
That's a lot of goddamn money.
I was
It was at the Prudential Center.
Listen, I was going to do an authentic street nigga tour, right? I wanted MOP, I wanted Wu-Tang, I wanted Mobb Deep, and I was going to do Boot Camp Clip. Mm-hmm. They wanted to charge me $3 million in insurance, and I was like, nah.
The policy? Or
That was I had to have that per venue.
Whoa.
They wanted to do because I was like
liability 300.
Yeah, right.
3 million.
3 million. They wanted $3
What
million.
was the premium on that then to pay? What'd you have to pay?
I had to pay $10,000 a month, whatever it is, and no, it was $100,000. It was $100,000, not $10,000.
Yep.
$100,000. My insurance for my company only maxed out at 1.5, so they didn't even want to accept that.
Got it.
I had to go and get
a
whole
ancillary,
different joint.
Underwrite.
Because I said this is the show I want to see.
Yeah.
That I wanted, and then I wanted to do a Can't Woo block. Mm-hmm. So when so it's gonna be the Locks, Boot Camp Clip, and Wu-Tang.
The Locks are on tour right now.
Yeah. They on tour definitely. And because it was stuff that I put up my own money when I want to. Most of that's a whole nother thing too. Outside of just learning, being around, and want to do shows, like I put on my own shows. When if it slows, I know certain part of the year shit slows down, so I put up my own money and I keep them working until it starts popping again.
Makes sense.
But there's certain people there's certain shows I want to see together. And like, yo, I don't know why this can't happen. Like, I always wanted to I was like, yo, why can't Britney Spears and Mary J. Blige go out together? Like, this is the shit I be sitting in the crib and like, yo, but we talked about money. It's like, yo, monetarily it's not going to work because of what they're requesting and what they going. You can't find and I was like, nah, we can do it, man. Because I was gonna put Justin Bieber out with Usher. Like, it was just shit that I wanted to do in my head.
Yeah, I got you.
And in my brain, this is happening. There's an ultimate tour that I want to put together.
Sure.
And I'm like, yo, if we could find a way to do it and get past egos, we can make this happen, man. Let's just have fun again.
No, for sure.
You was talking about your show where you wasn't announcing, like the Vegas joint. When I pull Case's joint, and we're going to redo it in December, I'm not announcing the artist.
Right.
Did you ever catch up with your man in Vegas?
He's ducking my processor, but it only cost me $50, so I got that.
Okay.
So my man told me he said, yo, I'm gonna call him, and what I'm gonna do is fly me out there. I'll let you know when he's in the building, and you can send a nigga over here to come do it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, nah. But he dug it, but he can't hide. Nigga, I got time. Nigga, I ain't got to worry about that. But this is Rhythm and Blues. The new Vegas residency that I'm doing. Okay. I'm not going to announce to people.
Got it.
And it's not going to be a regular show where you have an open and a close. It's going to be like I'll have Stephanie Mills come out and she'll do a Selena Johnson record. Yep. Selena do a Stephanie Mills record and they do their own joint, but I'm not telling you when they're there.
I love
so
that.
You'll just miss it
if
you don't come. So you just need to pull up because every week I have enough relationships with these people.
Yeah, so you're going to leverage FOMO, basically.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's have fun. Because they got a Human Nature show out there right now. It was a bunch of white boys doing Motown records.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But they don't want us to do our records?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of artists that these rappers and everybody sampling, these artists are still alive. You know what I mean? And performing.
Yep.
So you need to hear where More Money, More Murder, More Homicide is an OJ's record.
Yeah.
So let's bring Eddie out here and sing the original.
Yep. No, for sure.
Let them see where it came from.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's gonna be crazy.
So you talked about remaining humble, which is and I think you're doing well at that.
Thank you.
It's like oh, Root's that nigga, but
we joke all the time.
what you don't know is that nigga, and it's like me and Seuss talk about niggas we doing famous shit,
Right.
and
Rob now here doing famous shit.
and then I've been hitting. Roots was like, yo, come through the joint. He was like, oh man, you gotta give me more time. I was like, yo, we shooting Saturday. I hit him on like a Wednesday. We shoot Saturday. What's up? I was like, oh, no, I'm busy. And I was like, oh, you doing famous shit. So I hit him 1 week, and it was like, yo, it was like, yo, you come through. It's like, nah, I got to do something. I was like, you doing famous shit, or can you come through? And this nigga was doing famous shit.
Oh yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one.
He was doing famous.
That was a good one.
Shit.
That was a good
This
one.
nigga got like a presidential award or something. What the fuck
I
you
did. Yeah. I got a presidential lifetime achievement award for service to community.
What was you doing?
I go over 3-4 times a year and entertain the troops in the Middle East. DJ sets.
They stay hitting us for that,
Yep.
but they hit us at the last minute. Like I'm sitting around waiting. Like nah, I'm not.
You gotta do it.
At some point, if they hit me early enough, I'm not an afterthought.
So how did that go down?
As far as it come about?
No, how was it?
Oh, it was amazing. Like it's bittersweet because the day I found out that I was getting the award, I also found that my best friend wasn't going to make it. And I know he would have been at the ceremony with me to accept the award or just cheer me on. And so it was a weird feeling.
Who gave you the award?
It was a committee in New York.
Okay.
It was a committee in New York, but it's from the White House.
Yeah, I was saying that Kamala.
No.
Got you.
The volunteer services, yeah, it's a little more. But I mean, oddly enough, at that ceremony, DMX got a posthumous award too. I didn't tell you that, but so his wife and his son
kids.
Exodus, I think his name is.
No, is that a son or daughter?
I'm not sure.
I think Exodus is the daughter. No, that is he named the album Exodus. Is his son.
Sons, yeah. So he was there, and that was nice. Also because I'm a huge DMX fan, so that kind of like tied it together for me. And again, like you do things in life, and people may or may not notice, but it's nice to know that people do notice. But you still just do the things to do them.
Indeed. You know what still stands out to me, and both of you actually was instrumental in that. When we do our family reunion every year. We've been doing this for 30 plus. It's been doing a long time. And that year it was in Atlanta, and I reached out. We had a party bus. And I was like, yo, we got this party bus. We're trying to go to these venues. And I hollered at you, and you hooked it up at L Bar.
Wow.
We went to L Bar. So thank you for that.
So as far as like your guys, people getting in your family,
My whole family was in.
how many people showed up?
A bunch of them.
I don't know.
That's probably the cap.
I don't know. It was a lot. We was in there because we went to this other spot off of Piedmont. It was right there at Piedmont by the post office. I can't remember the name of the spot. We went in there first, and my cousin was wild, and he was buying bottles and shit, and everybody was taking pictures with the bottle. Yeah. So we went there. We went to L Bar. Shout out to Jason Louder. I got pictures. I got the pictures, Jason Louder. He was at that stop. It was a wrap for him, but he kept going. And then we left there, and then that's when Seuss was doing stilettos. Then
they sent me a text. They like, these people pulled up in a bus. I was like, let them all in. And he said, all of them? You know how many people is it? Let them all in.
And that was the first time I went to a strip club with my father.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
But they text me. I had a show. I wasn't there, but that was my club. And then he was like, yo, you know these people pulled up in a tour bus? And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
He was like, yo, they all saying they comped. All of them.
Yeah.
Comp all of them.
Comp all right.
That year, that was a dope reunion.
Sounds amazing.
And I remember I reached out to you, and you helped me with that. I appreciate it.
That's full circle right there.
Seuss helped me with that, and I appreciate it. And I just want to say that.
The other joint was in Crave.
That was the name of the joint in Piedmont?
Yeah, they Crave with your other cousin. He was like, he won't come. He had his money.
Oh no! That was a different year.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That was a different year.
They were trying to leave him home. He like, nah.
Yeah. That was a different year. Shout out to Robert. Lil Rob was in there.
That nigga had his money.
Man, he had his money. He was ready. He was shooting at everything moving.
Everything moving.
What's up with you? What's What's up with you?
Oh wow.
I'm like, yo, what's up with your man? Everything.
That's funny.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
Good
man.
times.
So they fit right in, man, on his famous shit. I'm gonna ask you a question though.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no setup. What's up with you and the singer?
My singer?
I saw pictures of you and the singer and engaged.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're a couple now for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like that.
Who's the singer? He's a couple
I
now.
didn't want to get into it because I didn't know.
No.
No, you can say what's the singer because I want to know.
With Stacey.
Stacey Epps. Yep.
Wait
a minute, what?
Stacey Epps.
Yep.
That's you?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Okay.
I really.
I'm gonna unfollow her now.
Yeah, we've been. I've known her in the scene, the last 22 years.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's just kind of crazy. Like you go through your life and travels, and you go here, meander here and there, and at some point, you know what I mean?
It's a fit.
I feel the same way.
It's a fit, and I like it. And I saw it. I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I like it, but is this what I think it is?"
Yeah.
Is it just on your side? Does she know that she's with you?
Where'd you see it repriced? On her page.
Instagram? Was it Instagram or
her
Facebook?
page, yeah, for my
That was
birthday.
her page?
Yeah.
That was her page?
For my birthday, she just rolled it out for me and like.
Did she tell you?
No, of course, yeah.
Or she just let niggas know, huh?
Nah. We grown
He
now,
had his
so,
crib.
Nah.
Eating cereal and he be like, oh, what the fuck?
Nah. It's grown.
I guess I'm in a relationship now.
No, but I saw it and I was like, okay. And I was like, is this what it is? If it is, I like it.
You know you're gonna text me too and ask me.
Hey man,
Now you're like, nah, let's do it right on the podcast.
Yeah, we here now, baby.
Right.
Do people still do that?
What's that?
Be like, do y'all have a conversation? Like, we go together?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You
sure.
like,
I'm like,
you
no, dude,
are
people that are like, yo, what we doing?
you my girlfriend?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for
I ain't
sure.
know that. I just figured y'all just be around each other so long.
You
like,
around?
oh, that's me.
Yeah, you around each other every day. It was like,
I mean, that probably works too.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
Because I wonder if people still have those conversations. They be like, yo, okay, I guess I am in a relationship.
Yeah,
She
because
over here long
Seuss
enough.
doesn't have those. He doesn't have those conversations.
Got it.
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, we not doing that.
Got it.
But yes, I'm here for it. My
Appreciate
nigga.
you, man. Thank you, man.
I'm here
Me
for
too.
it.
I'm present to that for
Yeah,
sure.
I
sure.
really, I was like, oh, nigga, I like this.
That's dope. I appreciate you saying that.
So what's next for you since rap?
That's a great. As far as gigs and stuff, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna wait a month to see how I feel the week of what would have been a face off, because I know that's when it'll probably really hit.
Right.
We're still off of the high of last night, but
Right.
I'm figuring out like everything I've learned over the last 20, 30 years. I can pivot into something else. It's on me to figure out what that pivot is and how it's going to look.
Okay.
And that's where I am right now with everything. So, management, music.
Right.
I'm doing a lot of production. I do a lot of Afrobeat production right now, and that's kind of my interest musically.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I have an artist that I work with in Tanzania, and we're doing an EP for him. And it's just nice to play with rhythms and drum patterns that I normally am not used to, and just make it make sense, but in an authentic way.
I still got that joint that you produced for Jay Ellis. It was still one of my favorites. I like it.
Ellis, which is that one?
Um,
Damn, you put me on the spot. Really?
yeah,
It would have been mid 2000s, maybe.
Oh shit, it was probably before that.
Damn.
JAWELLIS. I still got it. That shit was.
That's great. I got to hear that then.
Yeah.
I got to hit him up. Shout out to Jay Ellis.
Shout out to Jay Ellis
sure.
always. But yeah, it was one because you spoke on the beginning. You were speaking on the beginning.
Wow.
And then it came in slow, and then it came in spitting. JA. I mean, yeah.
You sure it was me?
I'm very sure.
So do you guys realize or figure that as you get older, those memories, some people have to trigger your memory?
Yes. Yes.
Because we had a picture of Ali Shaheed spinning at Face Off, and I don't have a recollection of it.
I don't either. I might have missed
The old booth. But I don't remember it
Yeah, I
until
might
I
have
saw
missed
the
that.
picture. So a lot of things happen, but you just do what you do, and time passes, and so many memories you create that it can become
Sometimes
blurry.
they
right?
blurry, they overlap, all that.
Yeah, for sure.
See, I'm glad he said that because when you told me about him DJing for Tribe, I was like, so what was Ali doing?
Right.
Was he sitting on the side? Like,
No, so I wasn't DJing for Tribe, but what I would do in the shows, because I had the DJ knowledge, is
Right.
when they come out to Bugging Out, I would trigger Bugging Out from his setup.
Oh, okay.
Or
gotcha.
sound check his stuff just because that's what I would do.
Right.
He always would be Tribe's DJ. The first time I met Ali was when he was with Lucy Pearl at the Roxy. No.
Pearl.
The one in Variety Playhouse.
This is pre Amanda Seals.
Oh, this was years. This was
She wasn't with Lucy Pearl.
No.
She was
Floetry. I'm sorry.
Floetry.
I apologize.
Yeah.
No, it was.
I apologize, Amanda.
You're not gonna do it with my home.
I don't even know if Dawn
Yeah,
was there.
Dawn. Yeah, I
don't even know if she was there.
They
But
switched her with Joy.
yes, so it might have been Dawn then because I remember Fife. My first time meeting Ali, Fife, and it was awkward because I was like, and I was his DJ. He was like, Ali, this is my DJ. Roots, this is my DJ. And that was it. You know what I mean? So, and I just saw Ali in LA last week, and we're thick as Steve. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that. You out here, John Stockton all day. Nigga, fuck with shit, nigga.
Right. Flea figures.
What's up with Rhythm Kids?
Rhythm Kids is a production company that was, Fife's from the first album he mentioned, Rhythm Kids, actually on the first Tribe album. That was supposed to be him and Jerobe's group.
Word.
They were supposed to have a solo deal.
Oh, is that what he meant by that?
It was
for that verse. I didn't know what that
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I was like,
So and so that was supposed to be the thing. It never happened, but he always kept the name, and we kind of did all our music under Rhythm Kids. So I'll always rep that. You know what I mean? Anything I do, that's definitely on there.
You was here when Droby was there, right?
At where?
In Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We just, when like I said, anybody that was Fife's friend, all his friends from Queens that, I'm from nowhere close to Queens, but they've embraced me as, their friend, his brother, my brother. And so I feel like I'm an honorary kind of member of that crew. You know what I mean? Jerobe family, you know what I mean?
That's what Queens do. They don't do that in Harlem.
And then I also want to extend a thank you to you for one of my favorite listenings back in the day. It got scraped up. I think I have it digital, but if not, send that to me. The Dilla mixtape.
Oh, I have a digital of it. The Rest of Dilla Volume 1.
The Dilla
That's one of that one and the Best of Tribe, but I think that one is my most listened to mixtape online for sure.
That shit was dope.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I did the artwork. Well, Eric 9 did the artwork. We presented the artwork to Dilla's mom.
I remember that.
It shows up.
I remember that.
I think it's in one of the exhibits they have for him now, and that was just my love letter to one of my favorite producers. You know what I mean?
Is that how it came about with the Dead Dilla?
No, Fife. Well, when Tribe was going through their trials and tribulations, and Dilla was the first person that gave Fife beats on an ADAT and said, "Here, do your thing.
I remember the ADATs.
Do your thing." And so Fife always had like an affinity for Dilla, and he loved him as a producer, as a person. So when it was time to kind of do a song to pay homage to him, we did the song, and I'm honored that I was able to kind of in the spirit of Dilla, do what we did. And then that actual video we did for that song.
Video was dope.
Part of it, the hook part where they had Dilla doing the drum machine, animated. The Smithsonian in DC actually ended up reaching out to us and licensing that because they felt it represented Dilla. And that's there for perpetuity. So as a hip hop fan, to have something in the Smithsonian and not even one, it just happened. You know what I mean? Is amazing. So going there in the display, you press it, and that part of the video comes up.
Yeah, because again, you invited me to shoot at the premiere for the video
at the movie theater.
Yeah. I got those pictures too.
Yep.
But that was dope, and I met your man.
The director?
Coney Rock.
Yep. Coney Rock. Yeah, he did the animation for that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I follow him. I haven't seen nothing from him in a minute, but
he's busy. He's working with the Golden State Warriors right now, and he does all this stuff from Active and Jazzy Jeff and Marsha Ambrosia. He does anything you see animated from them. Yeah. He does it.
Yeah, he's
Common
dope.
too, in fact. Yeah.
He's dope.
Yeah.
And that project came out. That project came out well.
Yeah. Thank you. Yep.
Okay.
Let me get back my notes.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about
it.
Fucking J. Cole shit that he got on TV and apologized. So now I don't want to
we
talk about it.
We ain't even know. We there.
Nah, fuck that nigga. Yo.
No, we there. Because what's the day? Yesterday, they released part 2.
Yeah, and I heard
J. Cole is on it.
Yeah, but he's not even in the credits. If you go on Apple Music,
nobody's on the credits.
Yeah, he's not on there.
All the songs that is listed, even on the first album.
But they got featuring some people.
No, they don't. They don't.
Ooh.
The songs that's listed doesn't have the features on it. So I was like, I'm waiting for the J. Cole shit. So J. Cole is on there. And I was like, okay. But J. Cole did the same thing. When J. Cole dropped his album, per se, he had fucking Schoolboy Q on there. And niggas was looking sideways because Schoolboy Q was on there, and that's supposed to be Kendrick people. Do you, you may not, have any opinion on such?
I'm kind of torn as far as what my opinion is. I think
they got the features, The Weeknd. They got shit on here, but the shit that he on, they don't have it.
Tidal doesn't have it.
Yeah. Oh, you on Tidal? I'm on Apple Music. I'm sorry. Yeah. But go ahead, say what you.
Yeah, I think
keeping it real.
I think MC to MC, if there's a diss record and it's a battle, to me, MCing can be a blood sport. So if you diss me, we diss each other, and it could stay there, fine. Yes. I feel like from the time he had the idea to have his response, wrote it, went in the studio, played it 14 times, his friends heard it, mixed it, mastered it. There wasn't a thought at that point to say, you know what?
And then uploaded it.
Right.
Waited for the upload.
Yeah, that's my own, like...
Did the artwork.
No,
all of these things happen.
No, this is what I thought.
All of these things happen.
I apologize because I did say I wasn't fucking with this nigga, but check it out. That album was coming out anyway. I might delete it later. When he heard the diss record, he went in. That was the last record that he went and cut on when your joint's supposed to, on the 12th album when you're supposed to turn your album in. He put that out. The only thing about it is he is on brand because it said I might delete this later.
And that's why I say all this shit was a play.
Right? Yeah.
It's got to be a play because in this day and age of technology, you delete one, there's a million copies out there. You can delete it.
It's already out there.
I just said it. I said he could delete it all you want. I already ripped it from YouTube. It's in Apple Music on my playlist.
It's already in there.
Right.
But even by the title, all this is a play, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. You came out, you threw, and the shit didn't hit, and you was like, "Oh, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't want." Nah, nigga.
Then
you gonna get this. You gonna get this work.
And he borrowed a play from Takeover. You know what I mean? He tried to hit the nigga. He tried to borrow one hot album.
And he borrowed a thing from Takeover for real.
Right.
Because my opinion always on the Takeover Ether debate is that nigga dropped Takeover. He gave the nigga Nas one bar.
Right.
And Nas went and made an album about this nigga. Off of one bar.
Right.
And you was in your feelings, so you made an album about this nigga.
Now we talk about
that's what he did.
I was at Summer Jam. And when he said it, he said, ask Nas, he don't want it with Hove, and went to another record. He didn't play that whole record. He left it there. Because this was about Mobb Deep. It wasn't about you.
Right, Twinkle Toes?
Yeah. Ask Nas, you don't want it with Hove, and then went to his next record. The people went crazy.
Of course.
At fucking Summer Jam. Nas go in the studio. Now I dropped a whole joint.
A whole album. A whole album. And I'm here. And everybody's talking about, J. Cole's the bigger guy. Whatever. Nigga,
that sucker move.
I'm hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm hip hop.
Right.
This is how I was.
You wanted that smoke.
This is how I was raised and what I was born in. This is what I feel.
It fuck with my soul. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
So to say some shit like that's bullshit, fam. Nigga, we rapping.
Right.
We rap.
You want to be the best.
That's it.
You want to be the best, nigga.
Yeah.
That's it.
All that nigga said, it ain't fuck the big three, it's big me.
Bum.
Bong.
Don't forget the bong.
I want the smoke, nigga. Kendrick told you he want the smoke.
All day.
You reply with your little bullshit. And then
hold on, is this a fucking Maybach commercial?
Might be.
The new one. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It got an SUV. It's an SUV.
It got the Benz on it though.
Maybach is Benz.
I know, but it never had the Benz shit on it. Look at this.
And the crazy thing is that whole commercial was probably CGI.
I've never seen a Maybach commercial.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't respect
You was
it.
talking about drivers earlier. Your man with them new trucks is fucking crazy.
You see him, right?
Dumb
See
shit
him.
is nuts.
Hey, watch what I pull up with, nigga. Tonight, I'm going to fucking Sweet.
Let's go.
Watch
Let's
what
go.
I pull up
Let's
with.
go.
I'm hurt.
Let's go. I just want to ride. Yo, he got the new truck. What, the Maybach trucks?
Yeah.
Dumb shit is crazy. Jesus Christ. But anyway, back to this bitch ass nigga.
Oh wow. The views expressed on this podcast are not roots at all.
Nigga, I'm all for battles, yo. I wanted you to go at this nigga.
If you're gonna go.
Go.
I feel like that's
You
how
go.
I feel.
Throwing stones and hiding your hands is bitch shit. Get out of here, dog.
You wasn't prepared for what Kendrick was about to come with.
You already said it.
And now he set Kendrick up because Kendrick can't even respond now.
He can respond, but now if he responds,
Everybody will be like,
he apologized.
I honestly think that Kendrick's focus isn't Cole, it's Drake.
Everybody's at Drake.
I think it's gonna be something.
Because even
with
on the
them
new
too.
shit, you see how they got fucking ASAP on the bitch.
Yeah, I seen ASAP shit. What ASAP going at him for, nigga?
By Rihanna.
Oh, is that what that's about?
That is what that's about.
I heard Symba shit.
Symba, I fucks with Symba.
Symba went at it. Symba went
I
at
I
it.
saw
fucks
that.
with
I saw
Symba.
that.
Symba went at it.
I saw that.
I fucks with Symba.
This is the problem I have with Symba.
Here we go.
And this comes from the T.I. record called Family Connect.
Okay.
Where T.I. said in the joint that he said they want smoke online but don't handle around the corner beef. Symba never replied to Game. And Game dissed him on Leakers, L.A. Leakers.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
You still ain't replied to Game. Cole and them didn't even mention you. So you going at your frustration like I'm frustrated about it.
Yeah, I got you.
But you talking about you want all the smoke.
But you ain't handling
You
your
ain't
smoke.
handle Game shit. And Game and y'all niggas is clicked. Y'all
Yeah.
niggas was together. You in the studio together. Game dissed you for no reason.
Yeah.
And you didn't reply to him yet.
Yeah.
Why?
I got to do my math on that. I don't
Yeah,
know
why,
about
Symba?
that.
Why, Symba? That nigga said I'm Mufasa. What the fuck is a symbol?
Hey,
Nigga. And you still ain't get at that man.
Yeah, I don't know
On
about
nothing.
that one.
Right.
I've been listening to everything you drop, nigga. You ain't got to reply to Game yet, nigga. That's my question. Put the poll up.
I'm here for it. Though.
Yeah.
On some rap shit,
I love this rap shit, nigga.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. People don't. If you ain't in it, you don't understand it.
Right.
If you wasn't there, you don't understand it. But that's how I feel.
Right.
It's just like religion. it's just like religion. This is what I was born in. This is what I was raised in.
Yeah.
These niggas raised me.
yep, for sure.
So that's where I am. Nigga, if we battling, we battling.
Win, lose, or draw, man.
You know what I
Let's
mean?
go, man.
Apologizing and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
What you say?
Anyway,
Fuck your apology.
Fuck
nigga.
your apology. You already said it. You said it. Stand by it, dog.
Right. Fuck with my soul, nigga. You did the record. You mixed it. You mastered it. Nigga, you did
That's my only
Mixed it, mastered it, recorded it, mixed
uploaded
it, mastered it,
uploaded
did the
it.
artwork, uploaded it. He did everything. There was many steps that you could have stopped.
That's my only thing is that
You
you
could have
had
stopped.
your peer group of friends that probably said, "I don't know if you should do this." No one said that. Like,
I don't know if you fucking
know?
with.
I'm gonna say at this point, I'm gonna say shout out to Quam Scott. Quam Scott did a record. He swear I put a battery in his back, and I didn't.
he posted that recently, right?
He didn't. But it popped back up recently.
Who was he going at? I read that just to remember.
Fuck it, we hit. He was going at Methuselah.
Yes, I remember. That's right.
And it popped back up because somebody saw it and they commented on it, so it popped back up. And I was like, oh, the timing. The timing.
That's funny.
Because you kick that weak shit and divide your peep shit. I don't know if you fucking with Kendrick spitting that weak shit.
Right.
But I told Quam, I was like, I don't know, dog. And he was like, I should yeah, you right. I should do it, Price. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, you right.
That's funny. That's funny.
Nah, man. I'm not for it. I'm not, and I'm a Cole fan.
Right.
That broke my heart because I was a Cole fan.
I did my research. I went back and listened to J. Cole to
I
figure
got
out.
every album that the nigga dropped.
I went back and listened to him to figure out what the disconnect between him and I is.
And where you got disconnected at from the beginning?
That nigga's boring to me.
Nah, he's not.
He can rap,
Yeah, okay.
but
He's not boring. He's not boring to me.
what he rapping about?
Nigga, I fucks with Cole. Man.
What he rapping about?
That's like his boss, nigga.
He can rap, but I'm like, nah. This ain't for me.
The views expressed on this podcast.
And that's me.
I let Nas down.
Nigga, Symba say you let that nigga down again. You let him down again.
Symba got to handle. He got to handle game before I listen to any diss record that Symba
I
do.
fuck with Symba.
And I fucks with Symba. I got his shit in my Apple Music too. But you got to handle game. Don't tell me don't get into no other beats until you spit a 16. I don't care. You can give one ball. Give a half a ball.
I feel you.
Reply the game.
Yeah, for sure.
I got 2 questions for you, Root.
Okay.
Menace Society soundtrack
Menace Society soundtrack.
or Poetic Justice soundtrack?
So which one had Winter Wars on it? Any of those two?
No.
That was
That
Don't
was,
drink the juice. Don't be a menace
Okay,
while
okay.
drinking your juice in the hood.
So say it again. Menace Society.
Menace Society soundtrack.
So MC8 had a song.
MC8,
Got it.
Pocket Full of Stones, and others. UGK was on there and all. And Poetic Justice, Mr. Grimm, CL Smooth.
1 in a Million, or was it
1 in a Million.
Got it.
Tupac was on there.
Got it. I would have to go. That's a good question, man. I'd have to see the plays to remember. You know what I mean? Honestly, but I would more than likely would say it would be Menace. I'm not Menace. I'm sorry. Poetic. More than likely, and probably because of that Pete Rock CL Smooth song.
1 in a Million.
I played it last night. Actually,
Did you?
I did.
Trigger got no heart, nigga. Trigger got no heart.
in a
Talk
million.
to them, MC8.
What's up with
No, that was
Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler?
No,
though?
that wasn't MC8. That was Spice One.
Spice One.
That wasn't MC8. The Trigger got no heart.
No, Spice One.
Okay, okay.
MC8 did Straight Up Menace.
Straight up menace. I'm the straight up menace.
He was a cold
Right,
character
right.
in that movie, though.
That he was.
He was
I'm
a
straight.
cold character.
Yeah, I mean, the hood, I'd be a straight up menace. And then they had the diss record off of they dissed Everlast. Not Everlast, but this his group. What's his
House
group?
of Pain.
House of Pain. They dissed House of Pain.
Who
on
did?
That. Who did?
It had to be Cypress Hill.
It had Cypress Hill. That's Cypress Hill.
I'm
Yeah,
saying it had to be
Hill.
Cypress Hill.
Yeah. He was like, this day Everlast went up the hill. He said, you stole the shit from Be Real. This shit. Yeah, nigga.
So we talked about that before, but Sushi never said what you fuck with.
Menace Society.
You going Menace?
I'm going with Menace.
You?
Yeah, I'm going with Menace.
I can't remember what I said before. I don't remember what I said
Let's go
before.
to the tape.
But I was listening to it again.
Poetic Justice.
That's what I said?
Yeah.
Because I was listening to it again and because Poetic Justice had definition of a thug nigga. Mr. Grimm, CL Smooth. It was I think I went with Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You went with Poetic. Yeah. I went
'Cause I had to bleep it out.
It's just go for MC8. Yeah, you bleeped it. You didn't tell the people because
you said don't.
I said don't fuck up their I said don't curb their vote. Let them niggas check it.
Sure.
But strictly off, I was a big MC8. fan.
MC8,
I was a big MC8.
That was the illest ad lib at the time, nigga. Shit.
Quick was on there too. So,
Wake your punk
matter of
ass
fact,
up.
that was who did it. It was Quick who dissed House of
Who
Pain.
dissed House of Pain?
Yeah, for Be Real.
Probably.
Yeah, it was Quick who dissed House of Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, second question. Hopefully I didn't fuck your shit up. Off the Wall or Thriller?
Oh yeah. Man, that's a tough one too, man. And I still don't have an answer to that. I feel like Off the Wall for me. You
want to look at it? You want to look at the playlist, don't you? You gotta look at the playlist. That's what I had. I had to do that at one point. I had to look at the playlist. But even the inner workings of it all, I understood it and I understand it more. Even after that, it's a doc on Showtime. Showtime has great documentaries. They had one on Marvin Gaye. They had the Michael Jackson one. They got a bunch of shit. They got the Teddy Pendergrass joint. But anyway, I watched the Michael shit again about the Thriller album. Thriller album did exactly what Mike wanted it to do. Mike wanted to be the king of pop. Thriller was pop all the way. Because he did Off the Wall, and he knew he had some shit. Off the Wall is crazy. He knew he had some shit, but he didn't get the acclaim from Off the Wall that he wanted.
Yep, that makes sense.
So when he went to Thriller, he was like, oh, y'all niggas gonna give me mine.
Got it. Yep.
Okay.
And he did it.
When he dropped Off the Wall, that nigga went 2 years and no tours, no nothing. He just dropped the album and just let that rock, let it marinate before he dropped Thriller. Off the Wall is one song away from being a perfect album. I'm going with Thriller.
So you're saying, which song on Off the Wall didn't work?
Yeah,
or
wait.
is it
Let me look. What song didn't pop for you?
Burn This Disco Out. I didn't like that record.
Okay.
Burn the Disco Out. I get it why he did it because
transition
it's Studio 54s, whatever it is, and I get it. But
Off the Wall, don't stop till you get enough.
Yep.
Rock with you. Working day and night. Get on the floor. Off the Wall. The girlfriend. She's out of my life. I can't help it.
I can't help it.
It's the falling in love.
It's a falling in love.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Burn
This Disco Out.
Yeah, that's the record. He could have took that off. If he took 10 off, now we gonna go to Thriller.
Then you would have gave me Illmatic?
Right.
He would have been Illmatic.
Now let's go to Thriller.
Thriller. Wanna Be Starting Something. Baby Be Mine. The Girl Is Mine.
The Girl Is Mine.
Thriller. Beat It.
Billie Jean.
Human Nature.
PYT and Lady in My Life.
And it hit you with 9.
All bangers. It's no skips.
He hit you with 9. The other one he hit you with 10.
Yeah.
This hit you with 9. He took the one off.
I like that.
You take that one off.
I like that.
No skips. You can play that. I don't care if you put it on shuffle or you let it ride. It's still gonna hit. That Thriller is something different.
The nigga had an agenda with Thriller.
Nigga, they shut down the world with the Thriller fucking video, the world premiere. They shut down all the networks.
Not even that. Because again, I just watched the doc again. Because I knew we were coming here. So I watched the doc again. The Thriller video came out way after the album came out.
Yeah.
The album had sold millions of records already.
And then they put the Thriller video out and it
just
sold more.
Yeah. One nigga bring 2 niggas.
Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Bring 3 niggas.
3 niggas bring 4. 4 niggas bring 5 niggas. 5 niggas bring more.
So he
Nigga, I remember going to my grandmother's house. All my cousins, everybody, like, yo, the Thriller's coming on tonight. They can do the world premiere tonight.
Way after the fact.
I mean, the bottom line to me is just even this discussion. No one's fucking with Mike.
No.
Nobody.
And
I hate the. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
nigga. Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead. They talk that bullshit on the internet.
These new niggas try to say that they accomplishing what Mike accomplished with the streaming shit, and you were not.
I even feel like if you mention Mike, what Mike comes to mind first? Tyson, Jordan, or Jackson? That's how I feel. No one's fucking with him.
That's it.
Listen,
because all the new shit be like, oh, Drake did this, and then nah, nigga, this streaming shit don't count.
No,
nigga.
it doesn't count.
No internet,
right?
No, and he shut the world down with they just found out he was just there. And he shut the streets down in the fucking. He in the hotel. He had to go to his. They was like, "Yo, please go outside and wait, because these people out here, they're about to stampede this hotel."
Yeah.
And he just was there.
That's crazy. No one.
You seen his Super Bowl performance? He stood there for 10 minutes. They only get 12. The nigga stood there for 10 minutes and didn't say nothing. Like, who does that?
The nigga outfits immaculate. The soldier sequence fits with the shoulder shits.
Nigga.
I want one.
The glove, nigga.
Not even that.
He
The
had
glove,
a golf
the socks.
glove.
The glove, the socks.
High waters.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
You're not fucking with
one
mine.
of one.
I remember growing up, everybody had a VCR. So we had a VCR. We would record shit off TV. American Music Awards. When he did the Thriller shit. I mean, the Billie Jean shit through the hat and all. We recorded it. My dad recorded it. Took the tape out. You know what he labeled this tape?
What?
The Michael Jackson Awards.
Fuck American Music Award. The
That
Michael
nigga
Jackson.
won so many awards that night. That nigga labeled the tape the Michael Jackson Awards.
Nigga, the Motown 25 was
the moonwalk.
Was the Michael Jackson joint. He was like, yeah, it's cool about the old stuff, but I want to do the new stuff.
But that joint there, shout out to not Deliver. It's gonna come back. Kerosene. Kerosene. We sat at the joint over there by Old Brave Stadium where they about to have one coming
Crooks
up.
and Castles? Crates and Castles? Or
Crooks and
Castles, no?
No, Crooks and Castles is a clothing line, right?
Oh.
Crates and something. But we sat out there and we all had this debate. Me, Louis, Deliver, this other cat, and this was the debate. Like, nigga, Thriller or fucking Billy or Off the Wall.
It's Thriller.
I think Deliver said Off the Wall.
Nah, you won't work it.
But I understand because like when you try to compare them, classics in every sense of the word on both of them.
Right.
But Thriller did what that nigga set out to do, and it changed the game as far as even visuals.
Yeah.
For MTV, because they didn't want to play that nigga.
Right.
They didn't want to play him.
Wait a minute. Did Off the Wall even have a video? There was
He
no
had-
videos for Off the Wall.
I remember.
Go look at the songs. Pull the songs up for Off the Walls.
I want to say it was a video for.
I know he didn't tour.
Is it Don't Stop Till You Get Enough? What's the name of the song?
Was that Don't Stop Till You? Was that the joint where he had all the people around him?
It was the lights in the back.
With the
You
lights
remember
in the background?
back?
Okay, yeah. He didn't tour for Off the Wall.
He didn't even tour for Thriller.
Yeah, right.
He didn't tour for Thriller because Joe was like, "Nah, you gonna," because that's when all that Pepsi shit happened.
Okay, yeah.
He
did,
made
right.
the nigga get on the road with his brothers and do the Jackson shit. They did the Jackson's
Jackson
Pepsi
video
commercial,
and he set on
the
fire.
nigga got burned up.
Yeah. Okay.
Set all that shit in motion.
Gotcha.
If that nigga would have been on tour for Thriller like he was supposed to,
He
that
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
happen,
happened.
and that nigga would still be here. He would still be here.
Yep.
Nah.
But anyway,
They ain't nobody Mike. I don't care what
No.
none of y'all coming out is compared to Mike.
and I got to see him.
Very lucky.
I saw him at the Orange Bowl at the Jacksons tour.
Crazy.
I still got the fucking.
I've never seen Michael
I
Jackson.
still got the book from the concert.
That's
I've
crazy.
never seen Michael.
I still got the book for the
I seen him at the Summer
sponsored by Pepsi.
because that's
Yeah.
when he joined. I was at Summer Jam when he was there, but and I was surprised because he didn't have security. But I guess Case was like, nah, they was there because I was like, yo, he's just walking.
Nah.
He was like, nah, they
They
was
was
there.
there. You don't do that. That nigga wear a mask. You know,
Right.
you know
he had
got
no
security.
mask on though. He was just there. He was just there.
But yeah, the GOAT, nigga.
Yeah, they didn't fucking with
Hands
Mike.
down.
So Root, no S. What you listening to right now?
Right now, looking forward to the No Worries album, which is Knowledge and Anderson Paak.
Yeah, I heard one of them.
With her, the one with her.
No,
There's 2 songs that they released.
I just
from
heard
the
clip. I didn't hear the whole song. I just heard some
Got
clips.
it, yeah. I'm looking forward to that for sure. And it's really just like a lot of the Afrobeat stuff just to learn more about the music. You know what I mean? And just listening to how they produce.
So you
it.
doing production on
For
Afrobeats?
sure,
That's
yeah.
the move.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And just the challenge of like understanding the music historically,
Yeah.
where it comes from, and then like what moves people on the African continent to make that music. and
You been
vibe off
you
it.
been to Africa?
I've been to South Africa twice. Yeah, I went with Slum Village once, and I went with where did we go? Oh, with Dwele once.
Word.
Yeah.
You. I'm gonna come back to that. But when you said that Slum Village, it makes me think again. You have been around a lot of loss. You've experienced a lot of loss.
Yeah, a lot. For sure. I mean, directly it would be obviously Jackson 08.
Jags, Fife.
My dad in 15, Fife in 16, Javita in 21. I think 21 or 22. And then, of course, my friend a few months ago. So, yeah, it's like, I'm like an expert in mourning and grieving, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it and I understand the order of things. As far as Dilla, I never met Dilla. I've been in the same room with him, but I never really met him. Musically, I've experienced loss with artists, but not close artists. You know what I mean? Besides Fife, of course.
How do you handle that? How you going with that?
I realized that it's best not to fight whatever you're feeling or emotionally. Just go through it, and in that process, try to gain understanding of, from a spiritual standpoint, like the meaning of why they were here. That we're here just for a moment, and we sometimes get attached to the physical of a person, but understanding the bigger picture that the essence of them is spirit, and that's eternal and everywhere,
Indeed.
Yeah.
And you've been in the game for how long?
Ever.
I would say 35 years, some way.
35 years. So
Yeah.
you've seen a lot of concerts. You've seen a lot of performances.
Yeah.
Give me your top 3 performances.
Top 3
you've seen
performances.
live.
Yeah. That's a really good question. Top 3 performances. I mean, I can't remember specific shows, but Public Enemy in DC, I think at the Cap Center.
Okay.
Definitely, I have to go with Redman at MJQ is number 2, right? And then Tribe at Street Scene, the first show back when they just got back together in their first show back in 2004, because the weather was perfect, the crowd was bananas for them, and just seeing their reaction to the love people showed for them was really I think healing for them too. So that has more of an emotional, but you hear the bass line from Bugging Out on concert speakers. It sounds insane.
Yeah.
It sounds insane. And then it takes you back to when you first heard it, Like the song that does that for me with Tribe is We Got the Jazz, followed by Bugging Out. I remember running to in my dorm to the TV in the common area.
The motherfucking what I had a verse. What the verse? I'm bugging like Tribe with the first double video. So I can't remember the rest of the verse. But it was
You one of your verses?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember that video when the transition when they hit and they had the shit on their eyes and all that shit was crazy.
But even on Jazz when they're holding the placards and it goes into the image, that was groundbreaking for me. Like, how are they doing this? And of course, Fife was rocking the Georgia Tech.
The starter.
Yeah, it started right.
Okay. What's your
top 3 performances? It's been a lot. I can't remember them all, but I'm gonna say what comes off the top of my head that I can remember right now. I'm gonna say Biggie at the warehouse. First time I heard Dreams.
Okay.
And I'm like, how these niggas know this song? And I don't know this song. I've never heard this. Dreams of fucking, and I was like, and they was just rapping. I was like, I don't know this shit. And that nigga just wanted to rap. He was opening for Craig Mack, actually. And Goody Mob was on that.
That's crazy.
And the other joint, Goody Mob was on that show also. I want to say it was Goody Mob, The Roots, and the Fugees at Variety Playhouse in Lil Fi. Another one. That's hard. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to split it between 2. It was the Wu-Tang show at the Tabernacle. After Supreme Clientele came out, they came out one by one, and everybody was doing their shit. Then they came out all together. But Supreme Clientele is one of my favorite albums.
Right. Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So after Supreme Clientele came out, did that. They did one by one. Then everybody came out and smashed it. That was one. The other was Spit Kickers Tour at Tabernacle. First and only time I saw the real Slum Village perform. By 10 was up there rapping. Nigga was standing on one leg and he had the little balls that you do like this, balls. And he was rapping and he was just doing like this.
Concentration ball.
And it was like, yo. And Biz was on that, Kweli, Common, Erykah Badu. I think that was a show Badu did the stage dive. She did the stage dive of that shit, so I want to say those.
Wow. That's good choices.
Got you. Okay. I'm going with Redman at the Strand in Providence. I was in college. We was in the front. I knew all the words. He kept pointing us out. Me and my nigga.
First album?
No, for my There's a Dark Side.
Got
I
it.
knew all the words. So he was touring for that album. But I knew every Redman joint. So it got to the point where he was spitting the third verse. He spit a whole new verse.
Is that the album with Watch Your Nuggets or no?
No, that's
Watch the Nuggets on the first album.
Yeah, that's on. Yeah,
Because that was my shit.
that's
I love that.
which that got Rock Wilder on it. It's a. I love that. There's
Red album, red-
yeah,
red
that when
cover.
he
And
in
he's
the
in the-
ground.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but one of the verses, the third verse, he changed it on stage. He spit a brand new verse. He was tripping us up because he
That's
used to,
crazy.
every time he come, he would spit it. But we always knew everything about me and my nigga D Love. I seen him there. I want to go with, and I got two too because I seen DMX at the Tunnel, but Black Rob at the Tunnel too. When Woe was out.
I still remember when Woe came out. They used to bang that shit on the radio
That nigga Black
every day.
My nigga Black was on that stage and that's his element. They was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
R.I.P. to Black Rob.
I'm gonna fuck with that, and then Tom Joyner Cruise
Who? Which one?
with that had Kane, Kwame,
That was
Scarface.
yeah.
Everybody was on stage at the same time.
Too Short?
All of them.
And what's the name went first? Old girl, Kelly Price.
And then
No, not Kelly Price.
It's Positive K.
What's D'Angelo baby mama?
Angie Stone?
Angie
Angie
Stone.
Stone.
Angie Stone went out there.
Because she was rapping and shit.
Yeah. All of them. That performed was all of them on stage.
That's crazy.
I was like, yeah, nigga,
That's crazy.
because I never seen Kwame perform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see him all the time.
That was the only time I got to see him perform too. And when he was talking, I was like, damn, you know what? I never saw Tribe perform.
Wow.
I never saw Tribe. I saw Fife.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw Fife at the Jack's joint. I saw him at Face Off.
Now that you said it, no, I seen Q-Tip perform. I've never seen Tribe.
Interesting.
I seen
Where
Fife.
did you see Q-Tip perform?
New York.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I wouldn't even say that. I want to add because I said top 3. MC Hammer at the Palladium in New York City. I went to that show to boo him.
Specifically the movie?
I went to specifically to boo him. Didn't know nothing about him. Whatever it is, I heard 2 records and enjoyed, but I really didn't know him. I was the big Third Base fan, the Cactus album, whatever it is. You know what I mean? And I remember when he the
He
video.
went out there to get that nigga the gas face.
Yeah. When he fronted on Run DMC, which I was my Uncle John used to take me to Run House when I was a kid. Like I was a fan. So when I went there, I think it was Troop. It was a bunch of people on that joint. But MC Hammer was coming on. I think he came on second when he came on because all the other artists are supposed to. I'm pretty sure by the end of the tour he was going last, but he was new. And I was I was 3 rows behind. I even made my way up to get close enough because I need him to see these bulls. Nigga, I didn't know none of his records outside.
You were a
one
fan
record.
by the third song?
By the third song, by the second song, nigga.
That's crazy.
The second song, I'm like, what? Y'all niggas, y'all don't even know, nigga, because everybody in New York City is like this. But the way that nigga was going at it, I'm like, oh.
Energy. That's hilarious, yo.
I love that first Hammer album.
Yeah, nigga. That
Love
nigga was going in. I went back, I'm like, yo, Hammer, I don't care what y'all say about this nigga, yo. I ain't got no smoke with
Made
Hammer.
you
Yo.
a fan. That's dope.
His performance is
Yeah,
like
that's dope.
I was in college. This girl had the Roots cassette. She was like, yo, she was from Philly. And she was like, yo, this is a group called The Roots, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I don't listen. I listened to Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, LL Cool J. That's it.
Wow.
If it wasn't them 3, I didn't care about nobody. That was it right there.
Yes.
So she kept telling me about The Roots. And I'm like, nah, I don't care about that. She showed me the cassette. First of all, I was pissed because I said, why is it starting at 18? Like, so, and I didn't know that they was doing it in order.
I got the first album before the head. I had to have it.
So, and here's how the world works. They had a club called Baby Heads out there. And the Roots I was walking past there going my way to the dorm, and the dude was there. He was like, yo, we got the Roots in here tonight. I was like, and there's no line. There's nobody in here. I was like, Okay, I said, yeah, this girl was just telling me about this like 2 days ago. Let me go in here and see what these niggas. And he was letting me in free. Like it was packed when I got inside, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was. I would think if there's somebody performing that y'all would be charging whatever. There'd be a line. Nothing. He was like, yo, just come in. So I was like, all right. He was like, you got your college ID? Yeah. So all the college losers got in free. I went in. They had Rozelle there. Black Thought, they had, you know what I'm saying, different others. So I'm sitting there.
Rozelle.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm watching these niggas go in. And I was like, now that I seen them perform, the next day I went to Strawberries, it's the little record store around the corner from my dorm, up the street from my dorm, and went and bought that album. And I listened to it differently now. Because when I listened to the album, I didn't like it. I was like, he can rap.
I love
he can rap.
Do you want more?
When I seen him perform, I was a fan. That made me go.
Got it.
I think that day I bought Common's album. I was looking for
Which Common album?
This is what happened. I went to go look for I Used to Love Her. I went and bought Can I Borrow $1? That shit was trash.
It is not trash.
Whatever, nigga.
It's not trash.
But I was like, yo, so I went back the next day and I was like, this ain't what I'm looking for. So that's what you gave me Resurrection. And I bought the Roots album and the Resurrection album on it. And a matter of fact, OC's single, Time's Up. I bought the single up. I bought the single of Time's Up, Resurrection, and then Mobb Deep. I thought they had just dropped Shook Ones. But they shipped the first album, Parental, whatever.
Yeah.
That shit was trash. Parental Advisory. That shit was trash.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't tell us that wasn't the album. So I said, yo, I don't want this.
That's crazy.
I said, you can have this shit back, nigga. I said, yo, he was like, no. I said, this ain't the Mobb Deep shit I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Shook Ones, nigga. You trying to make me get this bullshit. And I said, and this Can I Borrow $1? I'm looking for I Used to Love Her. What's that? So he was like, oh, that's this album. Don't try to sell me trying to get rid of shit, nigga. No, nigga.
Well, no, Can I Borrow $1 had
I don't give a fuck what is it. I ain't like that shit, nigga. That shit was trash.
booming in your Jeep. Ba-boom, make the speakers pop. It had that joint on it.
Nah, nigga, Resurrection was the shit, nigga. I ain't give a fuck about that.
But even if you think about that song, to me, the sample was what made it hot. The verses it went down.
But the album version and the video version was different.
Oh, okay.
They was two different songs.
Got it.
The beat was different.
Got it.
Sold by the Pound. That's the name of it. Sold by the Pound video was a different song than what's on the album.
Okay.
Like some Badu Bag Lady shit.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
But that made me seeing them perform live, that made me look at live shows different too. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna judge a artist now just off of hearing them.
Yeah.
I need to go see them.
Got it.
All that changes shit.
Yeah,
Visual stage shows, it changes things.
And once I seen them live, that made me a fan of the Roots. I didn't shit on them no more. Once I seen them perform live, I was like, oh, I'm listening to the record differently now.
Makes
and
sense.
it's dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But
This was good, man.
motherfucking 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Episode 1, 2, 3. Rasta Root, no S.
Where can they find you?
You can find me at home, but also online. You can find me at DJ RASTAROOT. That's pretty much on Twitter, on Instagram, and I think Facebook also. So, you'll see what I'm doing next once I figure that out.
Put up there and let us know what you're doing next.
Yeah, I mean, really, the next thing is literally, hopefully, shopping Afrobeat EP with my artist, O'Bree. Shout out to O'Breeze and Terrell. And then just trying to just like delve into world music, because I feel like from a business standpoint in music and that module, it's the hot commodity right now. And so I want to kind of get into it before it becomes oversaturated.
Yeah, and I think that's. I mean, it is a fit for you.
No, for sure. Because I take rhythms from like soca music, calypso, Brazilian batucada music, and then the whole African diaspora, that music. So it's all the same. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Price, where they can find you?
Instagram, bprice954, X, Twitter, bprice954, Cash App, bprice954. Holla at me. Facebook, all the same, man. Check us on the Owners Box Live at YouTube. Catch me at late September on YouTube. Late September on Vimeo. Got some visuals for you. Look out for Louis Price Project coming out. I'm still waiting on Seuss to hit me because we were mixing the album, but I don't have the song or stems from him yet. So, you know, I'll at you.
That's dope.
Yo, you can find me at Seuss on Twitter. You can find me at Seuss to Connect on Facebook. I'm at Seuss to Connect on Instagram. And of course, the Owners Box _podcast on Instagram. Owners Box Live on YouTube. Like, subscribe. And if you go into the Owners Box _podcast, you can click that link and you have all our contacts.
All of it. So subscribe and like.
And
like,
you keep up with everything that we're doing.
And subscribe. Subscribe and like. Like and subscribe.
Episode 123 is a wrap.